Hi, do we see and do we hear? The most important questions that we always need to inaugurate stream with. Yes, we see and we hear. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so here's I have a couple of announcements. Manta, first time early for the stream. Let's go. Welcome in. First of all, I need to shout out several folks because Buzza, Necrophisilus, Dorcas, Uselitz all subscribed along with Manta while we were on the starting screen. And Lucy gifted a sub out to Garrett. So Lucy, thank you for that. Happy Friday, everyone. How are we? Several announcements. Okay, I'm gonna be normal. Hang on. Let me go through announcements first. Okay, so announcements. Announcement number 1, the bot updated. So like it took me by surprise. Like I launched the bot software this morning and it was like update available and I went, uh-oh. So bot functionality might be fucked. I don't know. We're gonna have to see if we can still mute alerts and stuff. The Spotify widget is broken. So music might play when it's not supposed to, and I'm gonna have to sort of manually control that. The mixer was broken, but appears to be working now. So I'll take what I can get. It's gonna be like, oh, okay. Okay, so the bot does work, which means we should be able to mute alerts. It's haha. Okay, so that's a victory for me. I'll take it. We take those wins. We take what we can get. Secondly, games. There's been a lot of gaming news this week, y'all. And I want to start stream off today by saying I ain't seen none of that shit. I was in a pit this week, finishing the last dregs of work in my backlog that I was not able to do while I was recovering from surgery. So a lot of cool things happened in Europe this week. Nice. Congrats. Happy for you if you were able to attend Gamescom. And, you know, I'm only a little bit spiteful that you were there and I was not. It's the same sort of spite and mild malice I'm directing towards attendees of PAX West. Like, good. Have a nice time. I'm smiling for your good fortune. That's my happy face. I want to go so bad. I was like, is it possible for me to make it to PAX West last minute? Like, maybe, like, what if? What if we did? But that would really fuck up the stream schedule. And I need to talk to y'all about the stream schedule real fast. Hey, Darkest! Thank you so much for gifting that sub out. And Frigid! Oh my god, double gifts? Double gifting all the way across the stream. Wait, hey now, enough. Thanks for your 5 gifties, Dorcas. you just can't let Frigid have this one, can you? So we have, I told you all, when I thought that Silksong was still a distant figment of a shared hallucination, that I would give y'all like a week or two to play and enjoy Silksong before I myself started to play and stream it. And I'm here to retract that and to clarify now that was a bold-faced lie. That was willful deceit that I was weaving a tapestry of dishonesty for no apparent reason other than just like thrill of the game. So that was a lie. Silksong comes out September 4th. Y'all get the 4th. Yeah, y'all get that day. That day's for you. September 5th is a Friday. That's my day. That's stream time. Also, hey, oh my gosh, Dad, thank you so Virage, I'm gonna call you that instead. That just seems better. Thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Yeah, y'all get one day. Y'all get one day. And then, 5th, yeah, Silksong release weekend. It's all Silksong all the time. Where there's not gonna be Expedition 30. We need to talk about Expedition 33. Rakazia, thank you also for subscribing. It's gonna be all Silksong that whole weekend. And then maybe the week after that, we go back to an off game. I got caught in between saying off day and off game, and it definitely started to come out off gay. Maybe then the week after that, it'll be a Friday as one game and then a main game on the weekend. Now, the main game will, of course, be Silksong. And this will leave Expedition 33 enjoyers in what I would consider to be a little bit of a pickle, because what about my sad French game, you will say? To which I will say, Silksong. So, I know that we are on the precipice of a very cool thing, a very major thing in Expedition 33. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. I can pick up on context clues. I can sleuth those out. I can synthesize foreshadowing into meaningful predictions. I know something big is about to go down. And I'm not going to edge you guys for the better part of how many weeks to see that. So I think we'll probably get there in Expedition 33 tomorrow. Which means that might be the last Expedition 33 stream for a while. Or perhaps Expedition 33 will take over the rotating slot on Fridays. And we'll go into Monster Hunter whenever, like, a new event drops.
Richer.
Peter, thank you so much. Peter, it always makes me think I'm saying it in a silly voice. Thank you so much for the amazing tip. The message is this should be enough to cover Silksong, right? You're goddamn right. I can't wait. I've waited for this. I thought it would never happen. I had the clown nose and the face paint and the wig every year at every gaming conference. There I am. Dressed for the circus, lamenting my outcast state for the game that will never happen. And it's here. Yeah, the camera is mounted on a tripod that's attached to the desk. So whenever I get really, like, it just shakes. And then I have to, like, reach over and fix it. And it becomes, like, a really unsavory deal. But so how many subs will it take to prioritize the it's less of an issue of prioritizing the French and more an issue of deprioritizing Silksong, which is like, that would take a lot of, what's that ancient meme? For $8,000, I will stop. Yeah, it's like, for me not to play for me to finish Expedition 33 before I played Silksong, that would be, I don't know. Straight up impossible. I think it's just not going to happen. We're not done with it, but the next couple of weeks will be dicey. The next couple of weeks will be especially dicey, chat, and I'm going to need your input here. Also, oh my gosh, Feline Geometry, Solus, and Packet, thank you for subscribing! I need to play Hollow Knight and learn my larva from my Starboard. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I can't talk about that. I've got some jokes in the bank, and I can't let them out too soon. So I've got jokes I need to cash in. Yeah, and I can't give them away for freezies too quickly. So this is gonna be the biggest thing I need to talk about with chat, because I thought I'd have more time. I wanted to replay Hollow Knight before I started Silksong. And I thought, since Team Cherry spent the last 7 fucking years hooting and hollering, having a grand old time developing a game that I am certain will be just like an absolutely joyful experience, they gave me 2 weeks. They gave me 2 weeks notice. So here's my question to y'all. Gemini, thank you so much for the cheer. Here's my question to y'all. If I Expedition 33 tomorrow and we finish whatever is going on with the Monoliths deal and then take like a pause.
I'll handle the rubies.
And maybe return to it on Fridays after Silksong drops, but take probably a 2-week pause from Expedition 33. Do you think if I started Hollow Knight today, I could stream today, Sunday, the 29th, 30th, and 31st, and beat it before Silksong comes out. Do we think? Also, Gemini Hypnos and Bear Ridge, thank you for your amazing cheers! Because I did the math. So I went back through the VODs of my very first playthrough of Hollow Knight. And I want to say that it was like 36 streams or something. And I do know where I'm going. I was able to replay Hollow Knight, 100% it in 20... See, this is very dangerous information for me to have.
I won!
How many times are we beating it? Yaku! Thanks for gifting those subs out. Well, because that's the thing. I did the math, and in my original playthrough, it was probably like, I think it was 36 streams, but straight up 8 of them were doing all Pantheons, all bindings. So if I don't do like the challenge side of things, that cuts it down. And then another 5 at least were Grim Troop. So that's like 24. And then if you say that I've already played it so I know where I'm going and it takes half the amount of time, that's 12 streams. But do we think I could do it in 5? Best speed runs are under 9. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not a speed runner. I would put myself somewhere under the lower tier umbrella of challenge runner, but a speed runner I am not. So classic dungeon master response. I'll allow. Literally, whenever there's one particular dungeon master who I don't play with anymore for a variety of reasons. But whenever they would say I allow it, I knew something bad was gonna happen. Like, what I thought of was unconventional, and they were going to punish me for screwing up their plans, and I didn't like that. Found me from Hollow Knight Hypnos, did you really? I did, Luke, that's true. I spent a while on lore stuff. I spent a long time backtracking to areas. And maybe, listen, hold on. Maybe if I'm feeling particularly insane, I can throw, if I feel like I need an extra stream day or two, maybe I throw one on like Wednesday or something. I don't know. Wednesday morning. It's not like I have anything else going on in the mornings anymore. I can't do anything. I still can't lift anything over 10 pounds. I can't exercise. Are we playing Hollow Knight? I think we're gonna play Hollow Knight. Yeah, I think we're playing Hollow Knight, y'all. So, okay, hang on. I think we can do it. Well, your opinion does matter. The audience does in fact have some level of control. Now it is something of, you know, a tyrannical rule that I have, but I listen. Have it in the bug. Fuck. I think it's gonna be Hollow Knight, actually. Yeah, I will, however, let me ask this right now. So we are going to be reacting to Gamescom trailers. I think maybe I want to get into a game a little bit first, so I'm not just like, hey everyone, the stream is live, let's watch it. Like, I always feel kind of like, you know, like, let me get into it so it feels a little bit normal. Very glad I replayed Hollow. Yeah, we're gonna, so here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna play Hollow Knight today, and tomorrow we will play Expedition 33, and I imagine we will finish the Monolith. When we finish the Monolith, we're gonna put Expedition 33 on pause for 2 weeks, and we're gonna play Hollow Knight until Silksong drops, and we'll play Silksong all release weekend, and then probably the weekend after that we'll return to Expedition 33, but on Fridays, and we'll probably end up rotating that with Monster Hunter because our main game is gonna be Silksong. And I warned you guys. I always said the second Silksong drops, it's like that's it. There's nothing else. So we're not abandoning it. but it will occupy a shuffled thing. So it's like when there's a Monster Hunter event, we're gonna play Monster Hunter. When there's not a Monster event, we'll play Expedition 33. And we'll just kind of like see how that feels. And if we lose some of our momentum, maybe I end up beating it off stream. I'm not done with the game, but Silksong. Do I think I'll play Monster Hunter World? I don't know. A lot of people have asked me that. If I play a mainline Monster Hunter game, that's not Wilds, obviously. It will probably be in the space between the last title update and the Master Rank release. Now, I don't make any promises because we've gotten a ton of good gaming news this week. There's a lot of stuff on the horizon, y'all. World has been like almost, it's almost hard for me to believe people, right? Because, and this was what happened with Expedition 33. People were like, hey, this game is amazing. This is game of the year. And I'm like, the first game released by a studio I don't recognize game of the year. Okay, how many of you are being paid to say this? And then we played Expedition 33 and we went, oh, fuck. Hold on now, the hype was real. But I'm naturally kind of suspicious of hype sometimes. And there were and are so many people on Twitch, on Discord, in my YouTube comments that are like, listen, you haven't actually lived until you've experienced Iceborne. Like, you need to play World. There's a lot in it that you would appreciate based on the things that you like about Wild. Like, you need this. You need this game to enrich you. You are incomplete without. And I'm sitting there like, now I'm compelled, of course. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. My curiosity is piqued. But there is some anxiety that I have about playing an older game that lacks some of the quality of life or even flavor features in Wilds that I've come to really adore. The voice acting, the way that we can interact more deeply and intimately with certain NPCs. People have told me that the older Monster Hunter games aren't necessarily like that. They can be a little bit more grindy. They can feel just a little bit clunkier, which is not a criticism of them, of course. That is just kind of like what happens with older games. And I don't want to not play a good game just because it's older. If I abided by that philosophy, I would actually never have ended up playing like one of my favorite games of all time, which is Ocarina of Time, of course. But there's an anxiety that I feel where so many people want to see me play it and they want to see me love it. What happens if it's just like fine? Like, what happens if I think it's just okay? I feel like I would end up letting people down or like maybe making people angry. I don't know. So there is a little bit of anxiety that I have there. I do. Yes, I do play Final Fantasy 14. No, and I know that they've announced a Final Fantasy 14 and no talking about the Final Fantasy 14 until I see the trailer. Oh, I haven't seen it. No, I have to see. Games are so good, y'all. I am so glad that we live in a time where games are just good. They're like all good and they're like all fun and but yes, so will I wear wigs? When will I wear wigs? I will probably play World. I don't know when that will happen. But I kind of need to get over some of my mental block about creating content for it. Because I'm a new fan of Monster Hunter and I am a genuine and passionate fan. But there is a part of me that's really nervous about like, oh, what happens if I like go back and they just don't click for me in the same way? Because that would make me really sad. I don't know. And I feel like it would disappoint a lot of folks. So... Oh, Mick, 100%. I don't doubt that for a second. Like, if there's anything I can say about Capcom as a developer, it's that they they really seem to absolutely infuse their projects with passion. Like you can, and I think Monster Hunter especially, like there is just so much love in this game. And legitimately, I started thinking about it after we started playing Monster Hunter. And I started thinking about like the creature design, like the actual ecology of the world. And I am not 100% sure that I have ever encountered a game or franchise that approaches it with the same level of detail and care that Capcom's team does, which is an absolutely like wild like reality to reckon with. Like I legitimately don't think anybody else is doing it like Monster Hunter. I just don't. But hey Luna, what's going on? World is close enough to Wilds minus some stuff that it wouldn't be too jarring. Gets kind of janky. Yeah, and I'm very familiar with jank as a FromSoft streamer. Right? It's like jank on its own is not enough to deter me. It's more so that I just because I was so captivated by the story of Wilds and by the care that the characters had for each other. I know that previous Monster Hunter games have been a little bit more hands-off in terms of the story, which isn't to imply that it's crafted poorly. I just worry that a lot of the things about Wilds that I love would be absent from World in a way that I could miss. And I certainly want to be in a place where if I do play World, I'm not drawing subconscious comparisons. I don't want to be like, well, it doesn't have this and Wilds had that, so ergo, therefore, Worlds is bad. Like I want to make sure that I can appraise them both as separate standalone titles without drawing comparisons between them, which was which is the reason that we actually didn't play the original Silent Hill 2 immediately on the heels of the remake, because I was like, there's absolutely no way I'm gonna be able to appraise this independently, because I will have come on like right off the heels of like Bloober's incredible animation, like how fluid that story was, and we're gonna basically step into a time capsule. And like the game will look different. It's going to feel different. It's going to handle different. And none of those things are necessarily worse, but it will be different. And I want to make sure that I can, like, I hope this makes sense. This could be just like the unstable ramblings of a madman. But the thing that would get you is what? I can't make slutty men in World? Say psych right now. My male hunter can't be slutty? Oh. That's... No, that actually really sucks. Hang on. No, that sucks so bad. You could if there was slutty mask. There's no slutty mask armor in World. Like, the armor is gender locked and there's nothing objectifying for men. We're sorry, but yes. I think all of the Monster Hunter games are special for their own reasons. Yeah, and it could be. And, like, that's the trade-off. It's like, we can't let anxiety stop us from doing something, because it could also prevent us from discovering, like, new things that we love. So... glams are not as good. There is slutty mask armor, but it is locked. Okay, hang on. What else are we missing in World? So I can't have a slutty male character, which is like, yeah, terrible day for Rain. What else? No offsets or power clashes. No wounds or focus strikes? How are y'all playing this game? Are you just like picking up a bat and hitting monsters like piñatas? No wounds? Is Perfect Guard even a thing? You just hit the monster? Just rolling up on him West Side Story style? Hi, Lisa. How are you? What's going on? Mounting does exist, but for layered armor, you have to do serious grinding. No mounts. That's not necessarily a deal breaker for me. I appreciate the sacred, but I don't necessarily think losing the mount would... It's not gonna shake me the way not being able to leer pervertedly at my hunter will. Like, I'll be so honest with you. They've got to give me something. They have to give me something. The answer is good positioning. Some people in chat like having no mounts. Good to see you, gorgeous you. Mwah! Elisa, how's your week? We need to pick a day to hang out. It hit me the other day that we were like, yes, let's do next week. And then we didn't actually pick anything. The big pro for World is that the maps are denser and more interesting. And that's why Rise beat Worlds in terms of unique mechanics for me. Interesting. So fingers, here's, I know there's a new Monster Hunter Stories coming out, and I think I'm going to try for a code for that. I think I'm going to cross my fingers and hope and pray that maybe we can make something happen on that regard. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to try to make some content creator moves there, and we'll see what we can do. Luna, I feel great. Yeah, I feel really good. I still can't lift more than 10 pounds for the 2 weeks, but I no longer feel that my mobility is like really impaired. Sometimes my tummy gets sore, but like, hey, that's pretty par for the course when you're recovering from abdominal surgery. But like, I can mostly like stretch and move and walk. I went for a really, really slow run yesterday, so I'm feeling really good. Yeah. The entire game mechanic of tracking? What is tracking? It seems weird to have no mounts, but zones are designed for foot travel. Yeah, so there's something to be said for like dense interconnection in level design in games that don't have any mechanic for fast travel. That's part of the reason that Yharnam is such a memorable location, right? The way that all of the zones in Dark Souls 1 interconnect. It's like you are just walking. But when you learn your way around, it actually becomes like something of a joy to move through those areas. So if Worlds does something really similar, that could be very successful. Yeah, I could actually really enjoy that. Because even though I can't fucking read maps for shit, and I never know what direction I'm actually going in, and I'm lost all the time, I really like interconnection in game design. I really like that flow from zone to zone. Monsters leave behind traces and tracks. And after collecting enough of them... Oh, wait. So I'm actually, like, hunting the monster. The monster's not just necessarily, like, out and about. I've got to find it. In my Monster Hunter game, I hunt the monster? Wait, that's actually kind of sick. That actually sounds really cool. We did that for a little bit in Wilds, just the one time, I think, for New Udra. The very first time we encountered New Udra. Now, I was able to bypass that mechanic because I was like, I'm pretty sure he's hanging out in the deepest pit filled with lava, you know, and we were right. That gamer intuition did not lead me astray. But that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of fun. I think that's a little bit novel. That could be really enjoyable. In World, you have to do something similar for nearly every new monster. You could find them, but you have to know where they'd be, and that requires hundreds. Yeah, like a lot of familiarity with the game, I imagine. It's there, so it stops eventually. When you hunt the monster enough, it auto-tracks. That's fair, because it's like, if you're going to be hunting the monster enough times, it's like you're probably grinding. And by removing that mechanic, it saves time when you enter the grind phase. But as like an initial introduction, I actually think that's really sick. You'd really like the world's flagship. I don't even know what the world's flagship is. I think Try was Loggy, and then Gore was 4, and then there was one game that had 4, and that's the game that Mizu is from. Steve was also in 4. No way! The more you track, it levels up like a scouting, and once you max out, you just know where they are. I like that. I think that's a fun... Go, 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 go! Bye, War Products. We'll see you later. The Fated 4. Yeah. What were the 4 What game? What was Mizu from? Which game was that? 4 was Gore. That's right, because For You is the expansion. Generations was Mizu, and Generations was which one number wise? Because it couldn't have been Try, and I know it wasn't Dose. 4.5. Oh, okay. So was that one of like the handheld games? Yes. Okay. See, I'm working with it. It's taken me a little bit to understand the development process for Monster Hunter between like console and handheld, but I'm getting there. It's on Switch. Really? I have a Switch. I could play that game. Interesting. I know I almost certainly will not buy a Switch 2, but every now and then I look at Duskblood and I go, maybe. FromSoft, what if you made a game that didn't let me down? That'd be so sick, but then it's like, it's PvP, and it's like, you will probably let me down. GU is goated. It would be jarring for you because it's old Monhun. Rise is a better Switch experience. The flagship for World won 2nd place for most favorite monster in the entire... What the hell? Super popular monster. People after Logi was brought into Wilds, I fell in love with Logi, and people were talking about how Logi was consistently like also ranked in polls as like one of the more popular monsters, like completely deserved. Logiagras is like so awesome. Maybe I say that as just like a freak for Leviathans, but Nerg. I think the world is overhyped, but it is a cool monster. Benefits from tons of recency bias. I do! Tries to get everything about Logi. I maintain that Logi is actually one of the coolest hunts in Wilds, period. The theme, the monster design, the underwater location, like the way that his eyes glow and the music cuts out when you dive into the lake to fight him there. The finisher that you get, legitimately think Logi's probably like the coolest hunt in the game. And I really, really like that monster. I just really like it's like looks cool, acts cool, sounds good, pirate armor. Now, he's not besting my goat Jin Dahad. But I like Jin Dahad as a monster specifically, #1 by a lot. But everything about the Logi hunt synergizes into something that is so spectacular. It like so visually commanding and so memorable. Like it's really fucking good. Most of the global Monster Hunter fan base started with 3rd gen. Logi's that damn. Because I remember, obviously, I didn't know who Logiacris was when the trailer for the title update dropped. And to have seen everyone on Discord being like, that's the guy, like the foot, did you hear the sound and see the foot? That's the guy. And I'm sitting here like, you can recognize monsters by their feet. Is there like a Monhun wiki feet somewhere I don't know about? Don't answer that question. I don't want to know. But I was like, to have such dedicated fans for like so long that you can hear the roar and be like, that's my fucking guy, man. Like, so sick to me. I want to have that level of passion. Yeah, I can't wait for like 5 years from now for me to see a title update for, I don't know, whatever the next, like, whatever, like the 3rd Monster Hunter game after this is going to be. And for me to be like, oh my God, it's fucking dead. And just like lose my shit, freak out. No-go behavior. Real. My fave to compare between games is the music. Really? I've kind of been operating under the assumption that the music has always been like somewhat like really high quality, especially learning that the themes for the monsters from previous titles that they have included in Wilds, like they're not new themes. They're really just like remastered or reperformed versions. I feel like the original tracks must have still been like so fucking fire. And the song that we got for Flame Fate, which I think people said the new Diva song. It was like the credits song from breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. I feel like the music in Monster Hunter has always been good. Have I tried the new 9-star? No! We were supposed to last Friday, but I had a terrible migraine and had to cancel stream. Then this week I was too busy, so I have not hunted any of the 9-stars yet. Very disappointing. I still need a couple more runs of Arch-Tempered Tuna, but that'll take me a while. Yeah, I don't think I'm done with the set yet. Oh, World is what introduced Anjanath and Odogaron? 9-star Jin is probably just like a motherfucker. Honestly, I was having a really tough time just with like 8-star Logi. There's something about that fight. I overcommit in fights. That's always been my problem. It doesn't really matter which game I'm playing. I overcommit. I take risks and they don't always pay off. And Lagiacrus as a monster is really designed to punish that, I think. It's like if you're just going to get hit point blank by a ton of electricity, it's going to fuck you real hard. 9-star Jinta had, whoa! Fought a 9-star Logi earlier. Shit's tough. Man, I fucking believe it, brother. Oh my god. 9-star Jin is an asshole. How many? Well, because Jin already has the insta-kill mechanic. So he can insta-kill you, and then it's like, surprise. His regular moves will also insta-kill you. It's like, oh, I see. 9-star Gore is relentless. I believe it. I didn't think... I remember thinking that... Was it like... It might have been like 6-star? 7-star was just kind of like, eh. But I haven't even tried 8-star Gore. Yeah, I feel like my sense of self-preservation is too high. Sounds like people need to upgrade their armor. Hi, it's me. I'm people. I'm people. I forgot you can upgrade armor in this game. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's me. Is that why everything is so hard right now? Is that why I'm just a relentless cart for Uthduna? Is not up. I mean, I don't intentionally not upgrade. I just forget it exists. Because really the only thing I care about armor-wise is glamour. Yeah. And glamour is not even really that important anymore because my hunter is already as slutty as he can be. So that's pretty much set in stone. Yeah, we're gonna alternate between the nipple jacket and the bare chest necklace probably for the rest of our days. So glad I grew up playing hockey. I for noticing hip. Logi's hip check. It's the hip check that gets me, and it's the melee range like lightning ball. Yeah, that's what punishes me the most because I end up going into my dual blades combo that I can't cancel, and then by the time I realize that that's what he's doing, it's like all I can do is watch it happen. Just like, all right, well, I'm about to get struck by a bunch of lightning. That's gonna suck, and then it happens. It's like, well, not a whole lot I could do about that, I guess. And that's something that I actually really appreciate about the more difficult monsters is like, to meet them at their level, it's like you do need to get better at the game, which I actually think is really sick. Like, and I know that I have a lot of habits that I've brought in as a beginner that I haven't let go of yet. Like, I don't use traps, and I have failed to use my slinger so often. I no longer know how to use it at all. Like we were playing Monster Hunter a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, hey, how do I shoot things? Can somebody tell me how to shoot things again? Because I don't use it. I don't use pods. I don't, and it's like, these are things I really should learn now, actually. Like, the skills are cool, and the stabbing is cool, and the weapons look great, and they're fun to use. However, there is more to the game, and as the monsters get harder, it's like, I'm gonna want to use all of the tools at my disposal to succeed in the hunt, but... Yeah, and that's always been how I play. It's like, why use item when can hit big? Like... Can't hit big if we're dead, though. Yeah, I'm gonna need to upgrade that armor. That explains a lot, though. I'm glad we were able to figure that out together. This is honestly making me want to re-download World. Luna, you should. Next Mon Hun, I'll learn how to. Yeah, don't worry. Just out of curiosity, actually, what is like the release schedule for Monster Hunter usually like? Like how often do we get a new game? Just curious. Sunflows, thank you so much for subscribing. Can we get some love in chat for Sun, please? Too many months, but fucking fine, whatever. Year and a half. Usually DLC after a year. And then a spin-off so about every 2 years. Okay. Wait, we were gonna play Monster Hunter Wilds today, but I think we might end up playing a little bit of Silksong. Or not Silk. God, I would. Could you imagine if I had early access to? I think we might play a little bit of Hollow Knight instead. Because I'm feeling it. I had wanted to replay Hollow Knight before Silksong dropped, and I thought I'd have more notice. And then last week, Team Cherry was like, it's free real estate. And now I don't have any time. So the DLCs are so big, they're basically their own games. And there's always either a DLC or a spin-off or a main game happening every year or two. Okay. Next Mon Hun game will probably be something like Rise. It doubles the content? Oh, yes, Brandon. We are going to be reacting to several trailers that came out of Gamescom. Probably not. Well, we could do it. We could do it after our break. I need to get a handful of them together. There's 2 I know we're doing for sure. But there's a handful of others that have been recommended by the community, so I might need to just, like, synchronize them or, like, put a playlist together real quick. We're set to take our first break in, like, 10 minutes anyway, so it wouldn't be terrible if we were to react straight away. I always prefer to do it more towards the end of stream just because I feel like I get settled. I end up feeling more natural in front of the camera instead of just, like, here I am. Watch me. I'm saying things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it always takes me a little bit to, like, feel regular and let, like, the streamer edge go away. After all the title updates, the DLC sometimes ends up being bigger than the original game. There's a special surprise. I love special surprises. DLC doubles the roster and adds a real end game, which can consume hundreds of hours. Sin, if you have never played Hollow Knight, and this goes for anyone in chat who has never played Hollow Knight, really special game, very special experience. If you enjoy platformers, if you like challenging combat encounters, if you're a fan of FromSoft game, you would probably, Metroidvanias, you would like Hollow Knight. It is It really is a little gem of an experience, and there's no game like it, which is not praise that I can give to many titles. There's nothing else like Hollow Knight. Yeah, it's a really, really special little game. Yeah, and everything about it uplifts every other aspect. Every feature of Hollow Knight works cooperatively within the game. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. The unique approach they have to the sound design, right? The way that the characters communicate, because it is voice acting, but it's like it's sounds that they become known for instead of like whole words. Like the unique sound signature of every character and the music for the zones. Really phenomenal. Christopher Larkin, I believe, did the music, right? Incredible composer. Legitimately, there's some of the best music I've ever heard in a game has come out of Hollow Knight. The zones and the monsters, it's a very special time. Yeah, if you've not played Hollow Knight, it's worth experimenting with. Yeah. Yes, like, God, I love her. I love her. Games. I can't wait. Sit on the bench and grieve. Yes, or like any bench by the stag station. I could just sit next to Grim forever. There is so I have a list of like top gaming moments in my head that I've ever experienced, right? And we've got like perfect fights in there. Pontiff Selivon, Dark Souls 3, we know him, we hate him. Perfect fight. I don't want it to be perfect because I think he's a detestable sort. It's a perfect fight. There's a fight in the DLC. I would argue that the enhanced version of the second to last boss in Hollow Knight is also a perfect fight. But Nightmare King Grim, perfect fight. It is the music, the arena, the design, the moveset, it's perfect. And again, these are not compliments that I pass out lightly. It has to be without flaw for me to say that. And Hollow Knight gives like at least 2 of those to me. So I know that I have a perfect boss in Sekiro, but I can't remember it right now. I've put myself on the spot trying to remember what it is. And it's not coming to me, which is a huge bummer. But there is a Sekiro fight I feel really strongly about as well. So PV is... I did PV all bindings. And I've never fought for my life harder in any game. Like, it took everything in me to survive that fight. Everything in me. There's a certain move that PV does, and the telegraph is like whip fast. Like you basically already need to be in position because you won't have time to get there unless you DD and give yourself like a handful of iframes and hope you survive. And that move alone, learning how to combat that and being able to actually like overcome it, delicious. This one, you missed nothing. We were talking about Monster Hunter and Gamescom, and I really want to play Monster Hunter, actually, but I kind of think I want to try to beat Hollow Knight before Silksong comes out. Am I insane? Yes. But I think we could do it. Or at the very least, yes, this will be my compromise to y'all. This will be my compromise. Yes, I'm a genius. We should have just done this the first time. If we Hollow Knight today and then Expedition 33 tomorrow, if I feel like there's no way we can beat Hollow Knight before Silksong comes out, we'll Monster Hunter on Sunday. How about that? Yes, how about that? So we'll do like a little day switcheroo. But if I do feel like we can beat Hollow Knight, it'll be all Hollow Knight all the time. From Sunday to Silksong's release. I think that's a good compromise. Yeah. That's the best of both worlds. All we can do is do what we feel and make decisions when presented with new information and adjust our trajectory accordingly. Hey, Potato, what's going on? Yeah. Depends on how fast I want to go through it. I think we might be able to go through it pretty quick. Whether or not I can do it in 5 streams, now that might be a little much. But if I don't spend a lot of time backtracking, I absolutely think that we can. Nice! This one, that's great! Got money and less stuff to pack now. Huge victory. Few monsters in Monster that I would consider perfect fights. Oh, I would love to know about them. But if there's spoilers, then I wanna keep that discovery for myself. Potato, you should. Well, you'll be able to see a little bit of it today, actually. So if it interests you, I do recommend you pick it up. It's a fun time. It's a good time. It's definitely worth it. I want to say that Hollow Knight was kind of like the first Metroidvania I ever played, And I always kind of thought that as a genre that would irritate me because I like to completely clear zones before I move on. So the idea of having to like remember what I have and haven't done and like go back and revisit things on paper, it felt like it would be frustrating. But Hollow Knight at least does it in a way that feels it feels good. And I think I saw PETA ask about Hades. Yes, I have played Hades. That was the first roguelike I've ever played, and I'm very excited for the sequel. I haven't played any of the beta, or I guess what's it called? Maybe beta's the wrong word, but they like released a little bit that people could play as like a test, but early access. That's it. I didn't play any of that because I wanted to be surprised when the full build was released. So, yep. Also, Sin! Procrastinating real hard right now. Have fun, enjoy Bugget. Well, thank you so much for the cheer. I really appreciate it. Go get your stuff done. Report back in when you've been productive. Hey, Stu looking kind of bomb. I maintain, listen. Supergiant is my favorite game studio, period. Bar none. I've got Transistor art on the wall. I've played every game they've ever released except for Pyre, which I own and just haven't gotten around to yet. They do... this is another game that does really remarkable things with sound design and level intersection. Transistor fundamentally like changed the way I think about games. It was the first time I'd ever experienced a combat system like that. And that sort of combat design, I would say, has become like a core feature of the games that they have released. But to experience it for the first time, and in Transistor specifically, based on the environment and world of that game, felt so unique. I was so immersed in something unlike anything I'd ever played before. Another tremendously special experience. I should replay Transistor. Yeah. Great game. Great game. Am I a fan of Katamari? I've never played a Katamari game. The most exciting thing. So I was not actually at Gamescom, but we will be talking and chatting about the trailers. Okay, chat, I'm going to let you decide. I would be partial to doing trailer stuff at the end of stream and actually getting games in now. What would you prefer? Because we're coming up on a break. I can spend the break organizing the trailers, getting them ready. We could watch them straight away. I would be partial to doing it after, but I'll give y'all a poll. And yeah, we'll let you. Yeah, I got a mod that's already made a poll. The best. I love my mods. The best. So I'll let you guys pick. Polls up on Twitch. You can vote whether or not we do trailers before game or game and then trailer. And I will let the winning choice determine what we do. We'll take a break in a couple of minutes. Trailer first seems to be like the resounding winner, which was surprising to me because I didn't expect that. But it looks like that could actually flow really nicely. So trailers are winning. So what we'll do is when we go on our break, I will aggregate like a playlist of trailers that I have been sent by the community. If there are, can we just watch Mochi? Mochi has, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Mochi, ignore me. Mochi has been not sleep my bed, not cuddle me on couch, been in the garage. He's been a garage cat. Hang out in the garage alone, ignore me cat for the last like 2 weeks. And it's honestly starting to have like a very deleterious effect on my mental state. Ignored by the cat sucks, man. Sucks so bad. Anyway, yeah, it looks like trailers have basically like, yeah, I don't think there's any way Game First will overtake that. So here's what we do. We're going to take our first break in like a minute or so. I will get trailers together. If there's trailers that you want me to react to, you can send them to a member of the mod team or post them on Discord and I'll slot them in. There's a handful we've got on docket. And I'm very excited for them. So just sort of bear with me as we transition. I get stuff ready. And rebellious. That's the thing. It's like he's not even a teenage cat. He's an old man cat. He's a senior cat. Yes, an aged and distinguished gentleman. And he has decided that instead of snuggling on soft surfaces, plushly upholstered couches, piles of blankets there for his use, he would rather sit on an ancient, dusty fucking trunk next to a tool bench in the garage. And it's just like, life can be so much better than this, dude. Like, what are you fucking doing out here? I don't know. But this is very well. I wonder, RC, if that is actually what he's doing in the garage. Because it's very, I live in the desert, and when it's very hot, reptiles, small reptiles, little lizards will like find a small hole to push through, and they will like end up in the garage because it's darker and cooler in there. And Mochi likes to hunt them, and I do wonder if that's what he's up to. Sure hope not. Okay, no, this is where we'll take our first break. Enjoy the music. We will be back with Gamescom reactions when the song is over. I'll get everything set up. Okay, I'll be back. Sorry. Fucking, yeah, Spotify's broken, so it's gonna play when it should be muted, and I have to control that manually, and it's a little bit of a bummer. But I also apologize that break took a little bit longer than it normally would. There were a surprising amount of links that I needed to grab. So here's what I've got from the community. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 trailers up here. Oh, what? Also, like a scary video. These are all open in a private browser because I don't need my YouTube algorithm getting like fucked, and I don't need like weird. I don't know. Sometimes it gets weird, and there's like this awful like video in the sidebar that I don't want to see. It's like spider themed. I hate that. I hate that so much. So that's a lot. Do I have ad block enabled? I hope so. Probably. Heaven's Door, how do I check? I feel like I have to. I feel like the things that I use private windows for, it would be like the ad block is necessary. Oh yeah, we got you. You blog origin, we're good. Like, again, I feel like you can't really have a private browsing experience without the ad block in. So here's what we've got. We've got 2 Monster Hunter trailers. Team Cherry's trailer. It looks like something from FromSoft. A Resident Evil thing, a Silent Hill thing, a Ghost of Tsushima thing, an Onimusha thing, and an Indiana Jones thing. Where should we start? What do y'all want to see? Or if there's like something that y'all are just like straight up not interested in, you can tell me that too. But otherwise, I think it's gonna be just like a fun like 20 minutes of like talking and chatting and watching stuff. Which I'm very excited for. I got tea. Feeling hydrated. Also, Alex, did you make another 9-minute poll? Or 5-minute? See, I got the number 9 on the brain now. Monhun! Unsurprisingly. I felt like Monhun and Silksong might take the lead on that. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Okay, let me make sure I have all of my other windows closed, though. The collabs will be relevant, but the question is, do we do Silksong early or last? Ooh. If we lead with Monhun, we could Silksong last. That could be fun. Yeah. Yeah. If we do Monhun first, we can capstone it with Silksong. Yes! We're on the same page! I see a couple people in chat also saying last. We're geniuses! Potato, you're downloading it! I'm saying, y'all, I'm gonna have to give you a little bit of Hollow Knight gameplay today. It's really fun. It is a really fun, special experience. It just really is. And I love that. It's fine. No, I don't need to. It's fine. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm closing my windows, so some things might get fucked up. Hang on. Boldly closing windows that have never been closed before. Okay, hold on. And then... Okay. Hold on. I have to do my window management. This is all shit that I should have done on break, and I was getting tea instead, so that's on me. Streamer bad. So there is DLC for Hollow Knight, but Silksong is a sequel? A successor set in the same universe? I actually don't fucking know. So that'll be fun to find out, hopefully today. Okay. Hold on. No, don't play it! Okay, we're good. Sorry, that was visceral. It started playing when I didn't expect it to. That was fucking visceral. Jesus, I've never experienced that kind of panic in a game before in my life. All right, we're gonna do a sound test. Hold on, and I'm gonna hit. This is my only window open, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, we probably don't see anything. What about now? Aha! We see. Okay. Let's do a sound test. I'm gonna like close my eyes and let it play for like 10 seconds and y'all tell me what the sound levels are like. I feel like they're probably good, but I always like to double check because I'm nervous. Okay. Listen to this. I got caught between thinking and feeling and said thinking. How we thinking? Sound good? Are we good to just watch it? Okay, what's the quality at? You're not fucking me. You're fucking me! Play this at 1080. Thanks. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Thinking it good? I'm so ready for this. I have been waiting for this specifically for so long. Okay, if that thing does what I think it does, yeah, move over, Xochitl. There's a new strongest thing in the world. No! Do we get the music? Fuck off! This is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me! When does it come out? When does it come out? They're at a later date! Just sometime between September and winter. Cool. Oh my God. Okay. This is perfect. This is Kiku. I'm not gonna be so. I'm a freak raider in Final Fantasy 14. That's what I am. That's my whole business. And Omega specifically, one, it's some of the best raid music in the game, straight up. Secondly, if I'm remembering my lore correctly, which I may not be because this was Stormblood material, Omega's whole fucking business is... Hold on, this is gonna be really funny. It's like an interdimensional, sentient super weapon that is obsessed with strength and evolving through strength, and to that end, it is constantly hounding dragons. Like, pretty sure, rolled up on the Dragon Star and went, hey, what you guys doing? Does anybody want to go out for dinner? And the dragons went, what the fuck? Get off our planet. And they left, and Omega followed them! Like, just out here constantly texting, hey, you up? Hey, you up? Hey, you up? What you doing? Hey, you up? So, for me, I don't know if there's supposed to be, like, a story implication here, but to me, the implication is that Xochitl woke up. And somewhere, several dimensions away, Omega heard the Metal Gear Solid alert sound. Like, Xochitl breaks out of the chrysalis and Omega goes, oh fuck, why am I hard? What's happening? And immediately zeroes in on its location. Literally, real shit? I love this. I love it. I think this is great. If we do not get Escape as tent music, this collab will have let me down. But I think that we have to. It was in the trailer. It's like one of the most iconic songs to come out of that. We have to. Oh yeah. Like Omega's whole business is like, oh, I'm an interdimensional traveling super weapon, and I'm also a genius, and I control virtual simulations, and like I just really like being strong. And it's like, do you know what's really strong? Dragons. Do you know what I'm not normal about? Dragons. Like, where are the dragons at? Oh, you've invited me to the function? Are dragons gonna be there? Like, single-mindedly focused on dragons. Oh, that was awesome. When? And it's late September. That's a month from now? That's actually really soon. It's going to feel like forever. But it's actually only a month. I was so excited to watch this, I forgot to mute alerts. So I'm really glad nobody did any cool things while I was screaming about this. Yeah, this is also, I have to say, it's like, for all the Monster Hunter players that were like, Wilds is too easy. Welcome to O11S, bitch. Like, whoa, Savage Raid be upon ye. I hope Omega is, I want it to vaporize me into a fine spray of particulate. If this thing isn't worse than like a double hunt with 9-star Arkveld and Gore, I want my money back. I want this to be so hard. Yeah, hope you all know left from right. Enjoy your positionals. I love games. I love Monster Hunter. I love Final Fantasy. This is gonna be awesome. Why is it spin? I can't wait for the first person to be like, what the hell is Larbird? That's not even a word. It is. It is a word. And Omega will make sure you remember that. Have your dictionary at hand. The best collab. It can't be better. No. The only way it could be better are like unrealistic and perverted, like specifically for me. Like, I won't elaborate on that. No comment. I need Omega to interact only with like the Wyvern enemies. Or like nothing is ever gonna bother Zoshia, right? But I hope Omega stances up specifically on like dragon adjacent creatures. Raydao, Rathalos, Rathian, like that would just make me really happy. Steve, I think Steve is also a Wyvern. That would just make me really happy. But again, no. Wait. Will this collab? Are we gonna get Final Fantasy armor in Monster Hunter? Is that how this works? Got the Dragoon armor in the world with Behemoth. So likely. Oh. There are so many possibilities. I actually don't know where they could possibly go with this. Like, obviously, the raid segment in Final Fantasy has special armor, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to translate. Like, they could take it in so many different ways. So many different directions. Anyway, I'm fucking stoked for this. This is awesome. It like, could not be better. It's just great. All right, so there's a Final Fantasy side of the... Hold on. No, hold on. It's next. It's literally in my window! So this is the Final Fantasy side of things. Wait, hang on. Are you playing it at shit quality? No, you are at high def. Okay. All right, let's try again. I had to make sure. Wait. Oh! Oh, it's Calcutta! Whoa, no way. There's not a fucking chance, man. They're putting Arkfeld in Final Fantasy! And we get Sacreds? Ah, it's cat! I'm assuming we get a new cat minion? Palico minion? No way. No way, no way, no way! We just get Arkfeld! In early October, we just get Arkfeld. Is there anything more? Oh, it's just Viper looking really good. Okay, so... If we get Arkfeld in Final Fantasy XIV, and Arkfeld has armor in Monster Hunter Wilds, do you think we will get Arkfeld's armor in Final Fantasy XIV? Guardian Arc... I need glowing purple bits. Square, if you don't give me glowing purple bits, I'm gonna throw a tantrum. Arkfeld armor would go crazy! Last time Cactuar was in World, he was an environmental... Straight up! So I forgot to comment on this in the previous trailer. If that thing... If Cactuar does its Cactuar bullshit, that is now the strongest thing in the game. Like, that will insta-kill, like, anything. It's gonna 1,000 needles whatever's nearby. Like, 1 billion... Exactly! Can I sick it on monsters? Hey, Gore. Nice to see you. Anyway, why don't you walk near this plant for me real quick? It's a static trap that would rarely spawn, but would one-shot monsters. That's insane! Yeah, so there was a collab with Final Fantasy XIV previously, and they put Rathalos in the game. They put Rathalos in the game, and you could unlock Rathalos as a mount. Is Arkfeld gonna be mountable? Oh, phrasing. Well, I mean, you know, anyway, do you think we'll get Arkfeld as a mount? Because that would be sick. Well, why? Well, they gave us the sacred, but like, por qué no los dos? And I thought, I touched the mic, but I thought it was the tea that was in front of me, and I thought I was about to like spill a bunch of shit. Fuck! We're manifesting. This is gonna be so fun. So we get Omega in Wilds late September, and then Guardian. Oh, never mind. I know what that is. Sorry, I looked at the screen and I was like, "What monster is this?" This is Final Fantasy. This is not Monster Hunter that I'm looking at. And then a couple weeks later in early October, Monster Hunter to Final Fantasy. That's gonna be so good. That's gonna be so good. I really hope it is a faithful port of the Guardian Arkfeld armor as we already have it, because I'm not gonna lie, I think that would look sick as hell. Think of the dye channels. Think of it. Am I up to date with finishing Dawn Trail MSQ? No, I haven't started Endwalker yet. Why? Gonna have to get caught up. Arkfeld is post Dawn Trail. How to participate. Reach level 100. Complete the main scenario quest. Dawn Trail. They locked Arkveld behind Dawn Trail. Are you serious? Tell me you're joking. That's hundreds of hours of gameplay. Oh no. So this collab comes to Final Fantasy in October. And I get to see it in October of 2026. So I get to see it next year. Well, I am crossing my arms and pouting. It is still cool, but I am not tall enough to board this ride, apparently, which does suck just a little bit. Actually, Vixen, I suppose that's a really satisfying way to look at it. It's not that we have to beat Dawn Trail. It's that Arkveld's at level 100. And that is actually dope as hell. Okay, yeah, positivity restored. Optimism in place. It's not arbitrary. Arkveld is level 100. That's sick. Well, Supa, I mean, there's so much to do in the game. I mean, if you just mainline the main story, it's like, yeah, I guess you could probably grind that out in a couple of weeks, but what about like crafting classes? What about raids? Like if you do anything else in the game, I don't play games for efficiency, right? Like I want to savor it. I want to enjoy my time, and sometimes things happen in the story and I need like a breather. Like I need to process it. Like I took several months off the game after I beat Shadowbringers. I think when Rathalos came out, it was also endgame. Oh, so that means that Rathalos was exclusive to people who beat Stormblood. If MMOs don't really do low-level content. It's for an event that's for a limited time. Okay, well, I suppose at least I am buoyed by the fact that a level 100 Arkveld means the fight's gonna be presumably very demanding, which I love already right off the bat. And it's not a temporary quest. It should be in the game forever. So it will be there for me when I can get to it. Although that will likely be not in October of this year. Rathalos' Stormblood endgame. Okay. Yeah, like I think especially with an MMO, it's like the pacing is very important. I think it's really easy to burn yourself out trying to like meet a goal post, and then the process of play becomes an obstacle you need to conquer instead of an adventure for you to enjoy. And I think that it's really easy to like poison yourself from any game if you take that perspective. So I'll get there when I get there. Not in October though, unfortunately. Opening a prediction for when I beat Dawn Trail. Okay, listen, so before I can get to Endwalker, I need to reglam all my classes. I need to get Gunbreaker to 7 to 80. I think it starts at 50. I need to get Gunbreaker to 80. I need to get Paladin to 80. I need to relearn Dark Knight because I'm pretty sure that's the class I'm going to play Endwalker on. I need to level up Reaper while playing Endwalker. I need to clear UCOB. I have to unlock T. As soon as I beat Endwalker and get access to DSR, I become a DSR progger. And that will take a couple months. And then I can hit Dawn Trail. And then I can level up Viper and Pictomancer. Uh-huh. Okay. This is fine. Yeah, so I'll get to Arkveld and Final Fantasy by the time the next Monster Hunter game has come out. Great. We'll do it together. I'll get there. I'll get there. Scared for Jin to hot why Omega and Jin. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be really sick. Because Omega's whole deal is that it's intelligent. Like, it's sentient, it's aware, it can plan, it can reason, it can think, it can talk to you. Like, I think it's really sick that it's here. Again, just like, what's that one text beam? Fucking Omega texting Zoshia like, Daddy Long Dick just landed in the Forbidden Lands. Just crazy shit. Anyway, I do not, well, that depends. Omega likes strong things. So if you're strong, Omega would have an unhealthy obsession with you. I think it's described in one Final Fantasy game as a foul beast without a soul. So, like, you take from that what you will. You extrapolate that. Anything beyond it. What is the Nemesis system? I would love... if they limit Omega's spawn, I feel like it'll be Ruins of Wyveria. I feel like that just makes the most sense thematically for it to be. And that tracks really well with a lot of the other monsters that are already there. Because if we get a monster classification for it and it's not question mark, it will just be construct. Because it's made, which I think is kind of sick. So... literally! Omega like, hey, yo, wait up. You got games on your phone? Just like chasing us through the fucking plains. It's a thing from Lord of the Rings where it would track enemies you faced, remember how you fought them, and they would return and interact. No, that's scary. No, I don't like that. No, that's like Alien Isolation with the xenomorph fucking learning how you escape from it and getting smarter and better and tricking you. No. Mm-mm. They employ different tactics because they remember winning or losing against you. I still haven't played Alien Isolation. That might have to be what we do for October. I always like to do at least one horror title. But we've got a couple of horror title trailers to watch, which could be fun. Hang on. Who texted me? Mom Eunice texted me. She's cute. Getting messages on the Omega. Dude, if I legitimately bet, because other monsters will destroy your pop-up camps just because they're like territorial and they're like, what the fuck is this shit? Omega would destroy your pop-up tents because it knows that you live in there and it hates you. Like, Omega's just like, yo, nice hovel, Hunter, and just starts fucking it up. You can trick it once by just holding a new object. I can jingle my keys at the xenomorph and it's like, hey, what the hell? Like, the xenomorph would not survive Cocomelon? Is that what you're telling me? Jingling, but only once. All right, I'm gonna boot up our next trailer. Hold on. What do y'all want to see? We've got a Sekiro thing, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Ghost of Yotei, Onimusha, and Indiana Jones. What y'all feeling? Pick whatever I want? Wow. I almost don't like that level of responsibility. That level of independence. Anything? You can feel the opportunity paralysis start to set in. So she wakes up at 3 in the morning, checks his phone, sees a text, wrote do a jiggle. It's just a selfie. It's Omega outside the fucking cocoon zone. He's just like, hey baby, what's going on? I just laughed so hard. My contact lenses like rolled away from my pupils and my vision became blurry for like 30 seconds. Will there be Dawnwalker and VTM? But I don't have them up, but we could. Sekiro? Yeah, we can check out Sekiro. Let's see. Sorry, it started playing and it scared me. Hold on. Is this like... What is this? Hold on. Okay. Wait, this is that first major cutscene. This is the fight with Genichiro. Who looks fine as hell, by the way. Maki? Oh, woman. Oh my god, it's a show. No defeat! When? Okay, well, executed via a pressure. I'm not. Reborn is a vending machine. That's it. I don't. I'm taking us back to the beginning. I'm not looking at that shit. So, no date. Oh, man. Okay, but we have an announcement. Which is good. So, did they... I'm assuming this is not the original voice cast. Genichiro sounded like a really faithful repro, but I'm assuming that's not his original VA. I've said it before, man. Bloodborne is my favorite FromSoft game to think about, but Sekiro is my favorite FromSoft game to play. And I really hope at some point they return to a style where instead of the player character being a faceless avatar of the person playing the game, like it's actually a character that we can immerse ourselves in, because the narrative escalation in Sekiro is unlike anything else in their repertoire. There is such emotion in this game, such wonder and mystery and sadness, and I don't necessarily think the other games captured as well, because we just aren't a part of that world the way that Wolf is. Once the rhythm... It is, yeah. Some people have described Sekiro as a rhythm game. And although I don't know if I would agree with that, what helped me get better at Sekiro, instead of trying to look for visual cues in fast-paced combos, it was listening to the sounds of the fight, right? If... You know, if an enemy's hitting like this, that's like trying to parry waterfowl, right? Where you're just like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? But it can be hard for your eyes to track that. But if what you're hearing is clang, 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 then you know what the pattern is, clang, 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 clang. Like you can match that with your button inputs, which is and ends up being like a really satisfying evolution of gameplay. It scratches a very unique itch. Yeah, there's nothing else like Sekiro that I've ever played. And while I don't believe we will ever get a sequel, because I think that story is finished, as much as that hurts me to admit it, right? Because I want more of the things that I like, but I think that to revisit it might weaken it, because it's done. The story that it set out to tell is over. That journey is complete. And I don't know where they could go with it, especially with Wolf. It would have to be somebody else, and then it's like, okay, it's somebody else in the universe, but now we're just edging into more like typical FromSoft stuff. So I think it will always... I think what we have from Sekiro will be what we have forever. But it's a really, really strong, powerful game. Yeah, so Lady Butterfly, I actually think, in the same way that Gascoigne is a phenomenal first boss to introduce you to the demands of Bloodborne, right? Because if you played Dark Souls, you were probably like a shield user. I was not, but a lot of folks were. And if you go into Bloodborne thinking, oh, I'm going to be defensive, that's not how Bloodborne works, actually. Bloodborne is a game with a combat system that rewards aggression, right? That's what gives the rally mechanic its usefulness. And Gascoigne is like the perfect boss to teach you how to do that. It's like, oh, did you think you were going to get space? wrong. Here I am. I'm a monster. Do something about me. And that can be a roadblock for players that aren't prepared to adapt to what the game is asking of them. And in the same way, I think that Lady Butterfly serves that exact purpose for Sekiro, although I do actually think that she's harder than Gascoigne. At the time that you can encounter her, I think she's more difficult. But that's the lesson it's meant to be teaching you. It's like, this is what fights are going to be like. And it feels really good to get that lesson from an absolutely fucking cracked old woman. Like, there's, and even like the taunts that she gives us in combat, it's like, not yet, yeah, the wolf is still a pup. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get you, grandma, I'm gonna get you. And learning how to read those moves, it does actually prepare you to, it prepares you to fight what's next more successfully. I think Lady Butterfly is a really standout boss in the game, even though she's one of the first that you can encounter. And if you go back and you listen for it, the game becomes more approachable because it's really fast, it's really quick, and it's punishing. And if you fuck up, it can be really hard to recover from that. But if you can tweak it to your advantage, and there are a couple other things you can do during the Lady Butterfly fight that they reward you for it. Like, I'm pretty sure by the time you fight her, you've probably gotten this skill that lets you like shuriken someone out of the air, which is like really useful for her fight. There's a couple other things you can do, but it rewards in the same way that Monster Hunter is like, okay, here's your slinger, here's pods, here's traps, use them. More so than any other boss that you can fight that early, Lady Butterfly is demanding that you use a lot of the shit that you've already been given. Wherein previously in other FromSoft games, you might have just been okay getting away with like, okay, here's my parry, boom, and then I'm gonna hit. It's like it's a more involved fight, but I think it serves as a really, really phenomenal introduction to not only the versatility of the combat system in Sekiro, because there's so much you can do to tailor it just for you in that skill tree, the things that you like, the things that you don't. It's encouraging you to use what you've been given because you've literally never been given anything like it in the game's catalog before. So I have really strongly positive opinions about Lady Butterfly. I think she's really sick. Yeah. She will prepare you very well for the rest of the game if you can get over how unique the combat is. It takes a while to get used to. But it's worth practicing, I think. So anyway, sorry, like this is my trap card. It's like if we talk about Bloodborne and we talk about Sekiro, it's like you will just suck me in. I will just do Sekiro and Bloodborne talk forever. So was Blood of the Dawnwalker games? Somebody else mentioned Dawnwalker, I think. I was a shield user in Dark Souls. Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason that I adjusted to Bloodborne's combat so well, because I wasn't shield reliant. I actually think the first shield you can pick up in Bloodborne has a flavor text that's like, only a coward would use this, or something like that, because the game just isn't designed for it. There is a shield in the DLC, I think you can pick up that's actually quite strong, but it's more effective for magic than it is physical damage. So there are some interesting strats you can do with it, but Sekiro's final boss is the most dreadful I ever felt facing a final boss. To my mind at that point, there was no chance at all for me to win. But after some day, yeah. And there's something that I think Sekiro, again, because this takes place in a world that's not shattered, in a world that is not already lost to some horrible cataclysm that it will effectively never recover from. It might overcome that destruction, but it will never recover. It will always be something different. Like, that's always the fundamental tragedy, I think, of the games. It's like, by the time we are able to change the world, there's not really anything left to change. And I think that's one of like the greatest despairs of FromSoft's catalog. Sekiro doesn't do that. It gives you a land on the brink of change, but not in the way that the universe in Dark Souls is changing or the universe in Bloodborne is changing. And I was going somewhere with this and I lost it. Yeah, the final boss, we're so used to final bosses in FromSoft games being aliens, gods, the shriveled husks of the God King that we once revered. Like, the final boss of Sekiro is human, can speak, engages with you. There's a sadness to it. There's responsibility there. It's very, very engaging. And I'm with you. The very first time I encountered that boss, I was like, there's no fucking way I can do this. Like, I can't parry this. I have to do this fucking bullshit in the air. Like, there's no way. I don't stand a chance. But you do stand a chance. Because every run, you learn something more. You learn something different. And if you hit a wall, like, you should just stop. Because you'll make yourself mad, and then you won't get back to the game. Ask me how I know. That's me with Champion Gundyr. There's a wistfulness throughout this game, because you can tell that change comes with loss. And there are characters and factions that are going to lose. But unlike a lot of the other FromSoft games, there's this encroaching sense of, while we mourn what's not going to be any longer, that doesn't mean that what's coming next is going to be worse. Like, there could be growth, there could be opportunity. There's hope. There's ultimately hope at the end of Sekiro, which is not something I think the FromSoft games does very often. So, but anyway, if you've not played Sekiro, please play Sekiro. I will help you play Sekiro. I want you to play Sekiro. I will do whatever it takes to make you play Sekiro. I will be watching this. The relationship between Wolf and Kuro is so special to me. I will be sat in my chair as soon as they give us a release date. Very curious which end. It has to be the true one. Yeah. I think it has to be the true ending. And I won't give any details about what that entails to preserve the integrity of the playthrough for people who have not gotten around to Sekiro yet. But I feel like it has to be the true one. Yeah. They don't call it the true ending for nothing. Man, there are a couple of boss fights here that I actually can't wait to see translated to an animated format. Fuck, this is gonna... Sorry, now I'm thinking about Sekiro. Yeah, okay, that's... Can't talk about Sekiro anymore without getting into spoiler territory, so that'll be enough Sekiro talk. I started playing it again. Well, he looks so good! We look so good! I should replay Sekiro. I could challenge Rensen. No. Demons in my manifesting physically in my bedroom. Okay. Resident Evil? Let's look at some Resident Evil stuff. Yeah. Why is everything playing at 720? Come on now, YouTube. I know that my internet is better than that. Oh, it just starts right away. Okay. Wait, so this is Resident Evil 9. And these aren't necessarily connected, because the only Resident Evil game I ever played was 4 Remake. So, hold on. I'm actually going to turn my own volume down just a little bit. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Why is my volume at 80%? No wonder it's so loud. My God. 65. Thank you. I won't know any of these characters. Okay. Okay. Cute! Off to a good start.
You have been on that thing all day.
Well, if you're gonna work so late.
Get some sleep, eh?
I'm almost done, just a sec.
Teenagers, am I right?
Mom, phone. Mom.
It's right beside you.
I've had that conversation with my mom. I've gotten that look.
Hello?
Miss Ashcroft?
Yes.
That was weird.
Who was it?
Dunno. They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude.
What the?
They're coming. Grace, we need to go.
Go where? Mom, what's going on?
Something bad!
Hurry.
Wait, who's coming? What's wrong?
We need to keep our voices down.
This is ridiculous.
Come on.
I hope our mom is
Tell
like
me what's
a
going on.
secret
Now is
agent.
not the time. Stay close.
Okay, if mom dies, it's a bad game.
Grace, keep moving.
Who's that? Oh, I'm so sorry about the power outage.
I feel like you're gonna get shot.
It's really no excuse, and I apologize for the inconvenience.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Don't worry about
I should have it fixed soon. I just need to find my...
Girl, you've got a gun!
it. Come on in here, Grace. Grace, look at me. Grab my hands. Okay, look at me. Look at me. In and out. Breathe in and out. Oh, Grace. I promise you, I will explain this all to you one of these days. Grace.
So, evil cultists still. That just keeps being a problem for us.
Forget that.
What are you talking about?
Just... I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
You better not be saying that because you're about to die.
No. We need to find a way out of here now.
But we don't have any of our stuff.
We can come back for it later, Grace.
Come the fuck on! No! I'm not cheering! I'm not clapping! I'm frowning! Huh? This is a different video that has... Okay, hang on.
Than leading up to
No!
Resident
Stop! Be quiet, whoever you are. It's not the narration I want. Okay. Alright, well... I was really engrossed in it until our mom definitely ate shit and died. Who is Susie? Man. Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know, when we played RE4, it's like Leon was like special ops and we were shepherding Ashley. I almost just said Angela for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's Ashley. And I was like, that would hit so different if like it was our child that we were responsible. And then immediately ganked by a monster. Susie was the YouTuber I went. Okay, I don't know what, so I'm always really hesitant about autoplay because I'm always like, okay, who are you? What is your deal? What is your bit? Like, what are you saying? Like, I just don't trust it, especially on a private browser, to just like not put like weird slop in the playlist for coming next. The mom is a protagonist from one of the less popular spin-offs. So because she's not popular, they killed her? A MILFless game? Outbreak was popular with me. So, I feel like this is a weird question to ask. Is like, so most of the Resident Evil games are not necessarily connected to each other, but is like Umbrella a problem in all of them? Because we had weird evil cultists in 4, and now weird evil cultists in 9, and then what Village was doing its own thing, kind of. Yes. They're all in the same world. Wow. The Resident Evil world sucks. That's so tough. I would not want to live in that universe. Just across a long timeline. Okay. I missed the reveal trailer, but they lead with the knowledge that she... I am still frowning. You say they're under the same umbrella? There's residents in this evil? Went under a long time ago. But the world is catastrophe after catastrophe. I feel like this might be a loaded question. And this might be a question I think I just flipped the camera off by accident. This might be a question I should not have the answer to. So you can choose to say, no comment, don't answer, you'll find out. That's an option for you. Is that evil white man with the horrible glasses and the bad platinum dye job still alive? Like, is that immediately plead the fifth? Because I'm just wondering, I'm like, is that still a thing that I need to be worried about? Wesker, I don't even know his name. He showed up at the end of 5 to be like, oh, I love when humans die and more humans are gonna die. Ada, don't you want to do evil thing? Oh, you're not doing evil things for me anymore. Okay, well, humans are gonna die, I guess. He was in like a helicopter, saying a bunch of bullshit, looking like fucking Nero Tolskeva or whatever. It is Wesker. He sounds like he was not a very nice man. Yeah, he had very poor manners, in fact. And he was ugly. Nice impression, thank you. I hope there would be someone that resonated with. He's so pooky. Rose, are you okay? Wesker? Like, Leon is right there. And Wesker is gonna be your baby girl? That was 4. But if you want to know more about the evil white guy, you could play 5. Very tempting. Interesting, perhaps. Okay. But as far as we know, this is just like... one more tragedy in the Resident Evil universe? That's so tough. Like, at least... I was going to say, like, at least Silent Hill, it's, like, different universes. But actually, I think several of the Silent Hill games take place in the, like, chronologically together, actually. And then there's, like, a long string of Silent Hill games in the middle that we don't talk about. That's kind of my understanding of the Silent Hill franchise. The premise of 9 is you play as Grace in the far future, and you have to investigate the site where your mom was killed. Ooh, okay. So we do not play as this character as like a young adult, older teenager. That's more interesting to me. Playing as an adult with like more agency, more control. That is more interesting. I don't know if there's a gameplay demo. Wesker is in a hot place and is probably in that hot place forever. Ha! Yo, hell do be hot though, huh, Wesker? How those flames taste, bitch? Dead by Daylight has already gleamed in my eye that people that... I've never played Dead by Daylight. Is he in there? They put him in that game? Huh. He is in there. Wow. I feel like I wouldn't want to play as Wesker. Just like, what's his deal? These are questions I shouldn't be asking. It's fine. Oh, well, y'all should have led with the fact that Leon was in Dead by Daylight. That's different. That hits different. Okay, I'll take that win. Here's what I'm going to do. We are actually coming up on our next break. So I'm going to take it now, and I'm going to check on Mochi, who's probably still in the garage hoping for lizards. We've got a couple of trailers still left to go through. We might not watch them all, just because it is a lot later than I expected it to be today. But we're definitely gonna watch Silent Hill next because I'm intrigued by it and I'd like to know more. Have I heard the Leon audio? No? Discord, please. Yeah, I feel like I need to see this. Okay. This is where we'll take our next break. I'll be back. I'll be back when the song is over. Hold tight. Hello? What about now? That was weird. Heaven's Door, or not Heaven's Door, mod memo to me. Mixer is fucked. Spotify's fucked. The browser scene is fucked. The audio's all fucked. It's all fucked. I was not supposed to be muted. Okay, but we're here. So that was Resident Evil Requiem. Do we have a drop date for that game? Yeah, situate. It's all fucked. It's all borked, baby. What's working? Very little, in fact. February. That's earlier than I expected. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if it's gonna lean more towards the like camp side of horror that some Resident Evil titles do, or if it's gonna be more like genuinely unsettling. There were a couple of moments, even just in the gameplay trailer, that I was like, but I'm famously baby about horror. It's very easy to scare me and give me nightmares and make me sad and disgust me. So I tend not to play a lot in the horror genre. This one seems to be like scary, scary. There was a monster they showed off in the gameplay. I won't look at that. Yeah. If anything, I'll wait for them to drop like a secondary trailer in the next couple of months. So this one's gonna be scary, scary. Ooh, okay. We might not play that one, but we'll keep it on the radar. Yeah, we'll be surprised. But we will watch the Silent Hill trailer next. The first Silent Hill game I ever played was the Silent Hill 2 remake that Bloober did, which I was absolutely blown away by. Got me interested in Silent Hill as a franchise, which led me to the understanding that some of the games have had a troubled reception, so to speak, maybe to put it mildly. So I'm hoping that maybe Silent Hill F will be different. Maybe this one will be really solid title. I know, Alex, Silksong, gonna go crazy. We've got a couple more trailers to get to before we watch that one, but it's I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. I like the remake version of something that I liked the most about the remake is that I came away with my own interpretation of what was happening to James, what he had done, how that was being processed than other folks did. And especially different from folks who had played the original two. Like, they came away with a very different conclusion about how Silent Hill was operating and the sort of like purgatory state of the other world that James was trapped in than I did. And I like when games initiate conversation like that. I'm not sure if my interpretation was right by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't necessarily think it was wrong either. So also, oh my God, wait! Angel and Kika, thank you both so much for subscribing. I've had alerts muted while I just sit here and watch stuff to make it easier for video editor Al Austin to chop up footage. But I see you and I'm grateful. Thank you so much. It is. It's Alex's fault. Yeah, we can say it. Also, hang on. I've like been hitting the desk too much and my camera is just a little bit. Wait. Nudge it. Better. Thanks. It's because from all the slapping that we did for Final Fantasy and Monhun. Okay. Hollow Knight's peaking on Steam. I believe it. I'd always said that I wanted to replay Hollow Knight before Silksong dropped, and now I might not have the time for that unless I do it off stream. Or unless I go fucking crazy and we beat it in 4 streams straight. Which is doable if I really lock in. But I'm not known for my locking in. I play my games very slowly. Okay. Before I get distracted by Hollow Knight, which will happen and happen very easily. Like, that's my jingling keys. Yeah, you jingle it in front of me and I'm like, spellbound. Yeah, let's check out Silent Hill stuff. Wait, let me double check that it didn't default to 720. Good. Okay, let's start over.
Cargo Show 1 to HQ. We haven't found an suspect at the scene. Chances are good that it's still in the...
Oh, it's scary already.
We better consider the hunt. Over. Last seen fleeing Tsuneyoshi Shrine.
Is that Tatami?
Extreme caution.
Wait, that totally was.
You saved my life and laid claim to my soul. In turn, I shall save your souls by claiming the life of your old self.
Who was that? What is this place?
Is that Hui from League of Legends?
This way.
We're in Japan.
I better get going.
Oh. Ooh! Ooh! Girl, get him!
A good day is always an extraordinary day. An extraordinary day isn't always good. With that in mind, today's a bit too extraordinary.
So this is where you are. I wondered where you had gone. You need to start getting ready.
I think it was a
Time to say
Naginata.
your goodbyes. You're going to kill them.
Oh.
With your own hands.
Oh.
What's going on? No. It's got my home too. The halls, the doors, everything's changed.
Yeah, we've got a pipe? Okay. Oh, what?
Tell me, who are you? Please. Just die.
It must be hard for you to bid farewell to childhood friends.
Yes.
If it zooms out, oh.
It had to be done. As soon as I could.
Okay, this game looks really scary. It's like, this game looks really scary. Yeah, so it went immediately from the cut of that person in the mask looking sexy and fuckable to like a shrine room absolutely splattered with gore and viscera. And so that was an interesting contrast of emotions to feel. If we got a date for this one, I didn't see that because I was too busy looking lustfully and then too busy looking with horror. Go back 2 seconds. Oh! Oh my god, that's next month. This could be our horror game for October if we wanted it to be. Ooh. Okay. That could be a good contender. Yeah. That could be a good call. There was an atmosphere to this game that just had me like unsettled the entire time. Silent Hill, or at least the Silent Hill titles that I'm familiar with, have always excelled in cultivating just a relentless environment of dread. A game you legitimately feel unsafe playing, which is like, which stands in nice contrast, I think, to Resident Evil, which usually like gives you the tools to like deal with what's happening to you, whereas Silent Hill is like, have a plank of wood. Good luck. Xbox Guy Hi Kiku. The same hat. The vibe of this one seems amazing. Yes. And that was definitely something I noticed with Silent Hill 2 specifically. The sound design was incredible. The composer for that game, absolutely fucking cracked. And I know some people had said that that had been a long time composer for the series. I don't know if that composer still does work for Silent Hill, but if they're involved in F in any way, that's going to be like a huge incentive for me to experience it. Silent Hill 2 Remake is taking me months to finish. It's tough. It's a heavy game. The themes that it tackles and it's very oppressive. There's no part in the game where you're like, oh, finally, I can relax. It's like, no. It only ever really gets worse for you and James, actually. So, and it is long. Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's been like that composer for so many different titles. People were trying to slam blue. It's the same guy! Man, some people just want to be haters. And there's no way to make people like that happy. Yeah, at least this side, we do have a Naginata, so that'll be fun. Still not thrilled by the idea of, like, the meat monsters. So, cool to see that is still a thing I need to worry about. Creepy dolls and meat monsters. All right, I see that Silent Hill's really hitting its stride here. Where the bingo free space is ticked. They've shut my... No, they did a great job with the remake, I thought. And of course, I say that as someone who had never experienced the original. But I thought they did a fantastic adaptation. That scene... The scene of the last time we see Angela... legit, like, one of the most compelling cutscenes I've ever experienced. There's just such there's such horrific intensity to everything, and it doesn't stop. And that's the point. It does not stop because it didn't stop for James, and even now it's an ongoing and unyielding great, phenomenal story. Yeah. Curious to know what the story for this one could be like. Because this obviously does not take place in the town of Silent Hill. But there's still like that otherworld feel to it. The area that I lived in Japan had a historical section where a lot of the buildings were from older eras and had been preserved like that. So when it cut to that first shot of what I thought might have been like the overworld, I was like, oh fuck, I've been there. Oh shit, I've gotten tea on that street. It's gonna scare me. This is gonna scare me. Silent Hill can be in other places. The city is just kind of the main. Yeah, no, everything about Angela's voice actress, her animation, every scene with her in it was nuts. So, do we have any kind of plot hook for this? Because it feels very like child massacre. And that's kind of freaking me out. This was the story trailer. Okay. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the community. So this is all that we have right now. Damn. Okay. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on this one. Yeah, this might be something we try for October. And I say try, because I don't... I don't know if I could start a game like this and finish it if it's as intense as the trailer sort of made it seem. And also, we had a lot of optimization problems with the remake of Silent Hill 2. Straight up, certain parts of the game just did not run. Hopefully this game does not have those same types of performance challenges. We'd have to see. Do it for the Fox first. Like, if villain... Why sexy? The classic conundrum. Okay, let me boot up what's next. Oh my gosh, Nick! Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And Alex, thank you for following. Again, I'm so sorry. I've got alerts muted right now while we watch stuff. But I see you. I perceive you. I acknowledge you. I like lean closer to the camera and stare at you. Please don't play. Please don't play. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Everything about the abstract daddy fight was like stomach turning, man. I think probably one of the most disturbing boss monster designs of all time. Yeah. Excited for... Wait, Delta drops next week? Oh my god, next week is early September? We're getting more Metal Gear Solid in like 10 days? What? So this would be the remaster of 3. This is the remaster of Snake Eater. When am I supposed to play these fucking games? Silksong comes out in 2 weeks. When am I supposed to play these other games, huh? How am I supposed to make this work? Where am I supposed to find the time? Metal Gear Friday. I'm gonna have to, you know, you've heard of Chromunist, who streams Friday through Sundays. Now get ready for Chromunist, who streams every day for 8 hours a day to play all of the cool games that are coming out. That's the neat part. 24/7. Can you imagine? I think I would die. I think I would die. I think I would fucking die. All right. Let's look at Yote, because people have always told me that I should play Ghost of Tsushima, and I have not. So let's look at this one next, and then maybe Vampire the Masquerade, and then Silksong. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah! Let's do it. Okay, hang on. Always want to be playing at 7:20. Not even this... People are happy to see this man. They're clapping for him. Dude, they love this guy. Look at him. He's like... He's got his microphone. He looks like he's about to say some good news. Who is this? Joff? There's like 10 seconds of talking. Who's Joff? Joff Kaylee. Is it? Why do you not know? It's fucking... I've never seen Jeff spelled like Joff before. Fuck off. It's Jeff. Who is this? Who is this man? What studio is this man with? He hosts the Game Awards. He's been in the industry for like 30 years. This is very embarrassing for me, actually. Don't put this in the video. He does the Game Awards now that E3 is dead. And he's a simp for Kojima. Based! Me too. Okay. So we're good. Chat will remember this. I hope that they won't. There's, okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. There's a different guy that people like to refer to by his first name. And it's not this guy. But it is another white guy who maybe has like an e-boy haircut, but he's old. Who am I talking about? What are you saying? People are... I feel like he's involved with a big studio and has been for a really long time. Changing my name to Joff Kaylee. Shut up! Shut up! And he usually shows up at these types of... What does he do? I don't know. Game stuff. He's got like brown hair and I feel like it's parted in the middle with like the swoopy bangs. Am I a fucking idiot? Todd Howard. Holy shit, what a snipe. Is it? Hang on. I have to Google this now. Is it? Maybe I shouldn't Google this. I don't need people. I will. I'll do it on my phone. That way I don't fuck with the OBS setup. Hang on. Oh yeah, definitely. What's that guy do? He's the president of Bethesda. You absolutely cannot be referring to Todd Howard as an e-boy. What is someone in game development, if not like the original e-boy? Screaming. He's tiny? Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Oh! Oh! This is the Skyrim guy. This is the Oblivion man. Okay. Yes. Big deal of a small guy. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. Yeah, his bang, they've got the big swoop. Literally, like this is 100%. Wow, he's aged really well. How old is this guy? Hang on. Damn. All right, well, enough about that. Okay, anyway, let's see what Joff has to say.
This October, Sucker Punch and PlayStation take us back to the year 1603 into the sandals of Atsu, a lone ronin driven by a single purpose to avenge the brutal slaughter of her family at the hands of the ruthless Yote 6. Tonight, we have a new look at the deadly, beautiful world of Ghost of Yote.
I feel like this would be a really fun event to attend. I can turn off captions. I would like to do that, actually. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. Crow doesn't get invited to the Fallout launch party. This stream will be used as evidence against them. Listen, this has been something about me that I've been very open about. I deliberately and sort of like keep myself away from news about game development or big announcements or speculation because I typically want to experience the thing myself without having had any other types of exposure to it. So it's like, I've never been to any game events. I don't really maintain a robust awareness of game journalism. I'd never started watching trailers for games straight up until this year when YouTube started to be a thing that people wanted to watch. So this is all very new to me. I just didn't pay attention to these things, and it was purposeful, but you know, the trailers are cool. They are fun. Anyway, thanks, Joff. Let's look at Ghost of Yote. Ooh. Oh. Oh, we gotta kill these dudes hard.
Are you going to give me a line?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that match in your throat, dog. Oh, it's pretty! Oh my god, it's beautiful!
Swordsmith's daughter. I watched that tree burn. How did you escape?
Same way. I survived
The
every battle.
kintsugi on our mask.
The thought of killing you.
Dog! Jesus! Is this game open world?
Ruthless spirits wandering the land, driven by vengeance. Sometimes I feel like that is what I am.
This game is going to fuck severely. And we just have that it comes out at some point. Oh! Oh! Wait! That's October. Yeah, literally, I don't know what I expected, but for the game to look this gorgeous, hang on, where is that? The shot of her in the fields, man, when she was fighting those enemies in the snow, in my brain, like my gut instinct was like, man, the animation care that had to have been taken to make the blood splatters look good on that environment must be so choice. This game looks phenomenal. Ghost of Tsushima was peak. It's the samurai. It's PS5 only. Oh. That's fine. I didn't want to play this game. That's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not. It will come to PC eventually. Tsushima is available on Steam, and it made it to PC, but it will just be a while for Yote. But we could play Tsushima, possibly. Yeah, if Tsushima looks anything like this, Tsushima is going to be a phenomenal game. Yeah, literally, good for you. Congratulations if you own a PS5. Looks very similar. Please, please play this game. I feel like you'll love it. Oh, but it's a long game. Okay. I can pet foxes? But it is very long. Okay. Long is just like, it's a harder commitment to stream. But that's not a barrier to playing the title on its own. So many fox pets. I like foxes. Yeah, this game looks like every game trailer we've watched today has looked great. But not every game has been immediately like, okay, this is something I know I would play and love. And it's like, we got that with Monhan in the Final Fantasy XIV collab. We got it with Yote. This looks fantastic. I'm really curious to know what the combat is like. What was the combat like in Tsushima? Ghost games have amazing style. Basically no UI. You travel to your waypoints by following the wind. Combat is very cool. Really slick. So immersive. Kate didn't enjoy Tsushima as much, but definitely thought it was gorgeous. One of the best samurai. Because to me, I look at this and I think... I think of like parrying, like Sekiro style combat, but I doubt that is the way that it's structured. Or a farming. It is. It's a Sekiro-esque parry riposte game. It will change your perspective on gaming similar to how God of War did. There's some interesting game modes for visual filters. Loved the Kurosawa mode. You could challenge enemies to honor duels or hack through base. Ooh. So there's lots of different styles of gameplay to choose from based on how you want to engage with the world. That's slick, actually. That's really cool. And we have a horse. And the world just looks like this. I feel like this is the type of game where I could just spend hours just... This could be like the Breath of the Wild experience for me, where I'm just like, okay, I just want to... The world looks great. I just want to walk around in it. And I just like fucking get on my horse and walk around and ride through forests and around mountains and just like explore. Yeah, this looks really promising. I do not have a PS5, but on the off chance I acquire one. Or we can wait until it comes to PC, which I would not be opposed to doing. Just spend hours seeing the view. That will happen, definitely. I'm glad that we watched this one. Because Tsushima has been recommended to me for years, actually. And it's not that I don't want to play it so much as other titles have consistently just kind of appeared and immediately taken gaming priority. But if Tsushima is anything like this, yeah, they would be a super, super worthwhile experience. Game looks gorgeous. Animation looks great. World looks great. Combat looks super fucking slick. Yeah, this is a winner. Yeah, and I feel like this is going to take that formula and just enhance it. Going to make it tighter, going to make it cleaner, going to make it snappier. Like, it will do everything Tsushima did, but, like, probably better because they already have that experience and they've been developing this for who knows how. Yeah, this is a winner. brand new experiments. It was rough around the edge. Yes, and I feel like that's always something that subsequent titles usually end up like smoothing over. Any like jagged edges to the development process, anything that was implemented but not necessarily as well as it could have been based on like time, hardware, or financial constraints. Those usually end up getting more attention when the next title is released. So this is going to be really, really good. Yeah. I thought about nixing this because I was just like, I don't really know what this is. Glad we watched this one. This has me super, super interested. Parasocial love of Erica. He wants to play this despite not playing the first. Gender fluid actor for the Yote Pro Tag. Say no more. Take my money. Yes. Get your paycheck. We support. Cannot glaze Tsushima enough. It's one of my perfect games. Really, Gemini? What are your other perfect games? I'm going to boot up our next trailer. I appreciate y'all humoring this. I didn't think we'd watch this many. I had my initial list and then people sent me more. So every time, okay, I click escape to try to take it out of full screen, but that doesn't work and that just plays the video. So we end up getting like chunks of sound. All right, let's do Vampire the Masquerade. Some people asked about that. And then we've got a maximum of 2 more, but I don't know anything about these games. So I don't know if it would even be like worthwhile to watch. But at the same time, it's like, how do we learn about new things if we don't look at stuff we don't know? Could be fun. Fun to hear my thoughts. Thanks, Center. I appreciate you. All right. Let's do Bloodlines. If only because I have heard people talking about Vampire the Masquerade for ages. Never played a game. I know very, very little about this. My only exposure to VTM is a short-lived tabletop Vampire the Masquerade campaign that I was involved with for a handful of sessions before it dissolved the way that, you know, campaigns tend to do in the early stages. Like, I didn't even know it was a video game. I thought it was strictly tabletop. So this could be interesting to see. And I know a couple of people with really positive opinions about VTM, so. First, Bloodlines is one of the best games ever, but 2 misses too many components. Really? And that's one that's coming out, isn't it? Hope this sequel is good. I always have faith. Or I always try to have faith. Handful of games based on it, but it is primarily a TTRPG. It's my favorite system, but not confident about this game. Okay, okay. Looks like we've got some, like, cautious optimism. After playing E33, I haven't found a game that gave me the same feeling. Ooh. I don't think there is a game that would give you the same feeling as E33 because everything in it synergizes at the highest possible level of quality, from the way that the game looks to the way that it feels to the way that it sounds to the story it's telling, the world that it's crafting. Thematically, you might be able to find games that scratch a similar sort of itch. But if you're looking for a more like one-to-one analog, I straight up don't think it exists. Steam version can be patched, but you have to do it yourself. My D&D party played for 2 years. No! My Pathfinder campaign has been on break for 1.5 years now, I think. But I still think about it. And the GM keeps saying it's not over. We will come back. And I keep holding on to that because I need my shitty Fox Oracle. I love that character. I need him back. Original Bloodlines was super. Just the VTM rules, with the Half-Life engine layered over it. Messy to play, but I still love that. Well, and sometimes the jank can have its own charm, so. Yeah. All right, let's check this one out. Let's see it.
So weary is the wanderer. The treads on the fertile soil.
Your reputation
Well,
is
this
legendary.
baseline's kind of sick.
The city flowered in fire, and in fire she will end.
Don't listen.
Ooh!
Now, this is something. Fire, can you... Oh, guess I found my body.
What?
Detective, is there something you need?
How's the case? Hot leads, cold bodies, reheated plots.
Oh my, you... I think I know what you are.
Say it.
They say trouble comes in pairs, detective. Trouble comes
Oh!
in pairs.
I thought it was just gonna be like, enjoy the Pacific Northwest, do plot stuff.
You are not the
Or watch
only one who
Seattle.
has had strange dreams. I see a garden, and I have met someone. But that would mean... Who is he?
Some of these ladies are hot as hell, man.
It brought you here, my fire. My fire.
So this comes out also in October, but the end of October. Okay. I think this is interesting, actually. Is there any way for me to get Sonic off the stream? No. Ha! If I just click far enough back, Sonic goes away. Okay. I think this looks kind of fun. I tend, not for any particular reason that I'm super aware of, I tend not to play games in like a first-person perspective. So that threw me off a little bit. But I love vampires, and there are hot lady vampires. So we're like, yeah, we're taking notes. We're paying close attention. That seemed kind of fun. Let Sonic hang out. It's harder for the chat box to be legible if Sonic hangs out in the corner. It's just like too much stuff down there. The DLC is unfortunate. It's a miracle the game is coming out. No customization, no guns, no melee weapons, no Nosferatu, and 2 clans are DLC. Well, if they want you to be playing as like a character, I think it makes sense that you can't necessarily customize that character. Maybe you can, depending on what your combat style is, like how Sekiro had a skill tree, but it's like you couldn't change the appearance of Wolf. Wolf is what he is. Is it a bad miracle? I have little faith, would love to be surprised. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Don't recall being able to customize your character in the first Bloodlines, but it's benefit. Yeah, I don't know anything about the first one. I know people who are like big fans of that first game. Interesting. If they release like a demo, I would probably be curious to play it. Just because I'm like, is it a combat focused game? Could you be stealthy? Are there like consequences to killing like large amounts of people? Like, what are the rules of this universe? You can talk through nearly all of it. Ooh, it's a story-driven RPG, and you can play how you want. Interesting. So if I don't want to make people explode with my mind, because it seemed like that was a thing we could do in the trailer, I don't have to. You can customize fire, you just can't make your own fire. I've been following you on YouTube. Don't know why it took me so long. I love your energy and can't wait for the next E33 stream. Thank you. Bad News, I really appreciate that. We'll be back with E33 tomorrow to finish what I assume is Act 2. And then we'll probably take a couple weeks off from the game Because I might try to speedrun Hollow Knight before Silksong comes out. And then the week that Silksong comes out, it's going to be all Silksong all the time. And then we'll get back to Expedition 33. I think probably after the events of the monolith, I'm probably going to need a fucking processing break anyway. So the timing is fortuitous, but... Tremere blow people up with blood magic. How many different clans are there? That's a Tremere thing. No blood magic if you're not from the Spooky Wizard clan. You can be a brawler, mind vampire, sneaky bastard. Toreador are sexy. Bruja are muscle. Doing vampire stuff in public. Oh! Breaks the masquerade rules, which means vampires will want to kill you. That's why it's called Vampire the Masquerade. So I'm assuming the masquerade is like rule 1 of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. It's like, hey, don't fucking do vampire shit where regular people can see you, fucking moron. See, we're piecing it. I think that's really fun, actually. Okay. Malkavian are insane and clairvoyant? Clans are sort of the VTM equivalent of classes, if you want to think of it that way. Yeah, it seems like maybe it's like clans have their own particular like structure and abilities, maybe. But if you're a Nosferatu and you're breaking the masquerade, then doesn't everybody else want to kill you? They're clairvoyant but can't communicate because they're fucking crazy. What? Classic. Oh, okay. So like very okay. Sure. I know exactly like yes, I know exactly the vampire you're talking about. Malkavians have a ton of extra content just for them. You can get into an argument with a stop sign. You start shit with the television. I think this shit all sounds really fun. Okay. I might pay a little bit closer attention to VTM. I will remain cautiously optimistic. I know some people in chat have said that like the development process for this one might have experienced a ton of challenges. But I'm going to cross my fingers. Each clan has 3 superpowers, one of which is usually unique, and they also have a clan flaw. Helen's playing. I can ask her. Nothing but challenge. Why? What was happening? Like, can I ask what was going on with how this game was being made that made it like... made it so hard? Genuinely insane it's even coming out. Can't believe it didn't fall through. Oops, all challenges. It was seriously that bad? They like started completely over. Everything I heard sounded like disaster. Oh, the writer was, okay. Well, I like when people that do bad things lose their jobs, so. Super niche game. Cult classic follow-up. Everyone who wants to buy it wants it to be a very specific thing. Ton of pressure, no money, bad management, hurdles, development hell, canceled, brought back, delayed more, and now somehow released. Feels like it's been in development for at least 10 years and definitely at least 6. Studio moves, licensing issues. My God! Well, for the sake of the VTM fans in chat, I hope this game delivers. It feels like it's facing maybe potentially like insurmountable odds, but I hope that at the end of it all, like it will still be a fun time. If only because like there are people who really enjoyed the first game, and I feel like if the second game is poorly received, there may not be a third one. You know what I mean? And then there won't ever be an opportunity to come back from some of the challenges that this game experienced. We're all praying for this one. I'm joining. Yeah, I'm sending my energy to the Spirit Bomb. Bloodlines came out in 2004 and the studio that handled it filed for bankruptcy? At best, it's going to be a good game that shouldn't be called Bloodlines 2. Ooh. Could be fun in its own right, but it's gonna be different. Some people will hate it for that alone, but hopefully it's good in its own way. Yeah, it sounds like maybe inheriting like the sequel title might work against it. Maybe if we just like pretend not to see that part, we can enjoy it on its own. Imagine if they made Bloodborne 2 and it was a platformer. It could be a great platformer, but yeah. So kind of like with Duskbloods, where people are like, oh my god, like spiritual successor to Bloodborne. And I'm like, oh, the PvP game? I'm good, actually. Thanks. Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. Incredibly broken, but was so good I was needed to finish it. One of the first Source Engine games? What? It came out the same month as Half-Life 2. So many sections there's no clip through. What a great jank-ass game. Yeah, for the sake of the franchise and the sake of the fans who legitimately enjoyed the first one, I hope that this game pays off. I think it will probably be a very different experience, sort of like what Alex said, the limitations that it faced. The fact that it's coming out at all sounds like such a fucking miracle that, yeah, I'd be willing to cut it some slack, but I hope that it's fun. I hope this one is fun for y'all. Should we watch Silksong? Hard to make a game with just pet. Well, and that's the thing. It's like so much goes into game development that I, as someone who only consumes games instead of like really working on them or like being particularly educated about the process that goes into contemporary game design and development, there's just so much I will never know about it. Like, even with Team Cherry, right? When it's like, could you guys just say why it's taking so long? And it's like, tons of reasons why they can't actually. Anything from, like, shareholders, like, pissing off the fan base to making investors lose faith that the game is actually making any progress. Like, there's so... Like, the politics of game development, like, the social factors of it, even removing, like, the technical problems that you can encounter or just like the labor issues, there's so much involved that I'll just never know about. Have I ever seen a dialogue? Probably not. I don't know anything about VTM really. Yeah, let's Silksong. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. There's a couple other trailers we could watch, but I can feel myself losing energy. So we've been, oh my god, it's 3:30. And I said we were going to play Hollow Knight today. So that might have been a lie. Oops, all trailers. Too many trailers. Oops. I'll watch the rest of these on my own, though. I think. Although at this point, we're only looking at 4 minutes of content between here and Silksong. Ah, fuck it. We're going to watch these last two. I might not have anything to say about them. I don't know these games at all. It's one of these games I've never even heard of. Fuck it. Fuck it. Speed run. Speed run any percent. All games all the time. Let's go. Why not? Why not? Why not? People are cheering for this. We're off to a good start. Okay. This is Onimusha. Which might be another... Whoa, whoa.
Where are my manners?
Oh! Capcom!
Fallen samurai.
To think something like this was right under the city.
Okay, so this is another, like, samurai swordplay game. Oh! Oh.
Righteous. And after everything you and your awful kind put him through, too.
Wait, why is that character kind of... Oh.
Here, let me show you something to cheer you up.
Fun? Ooh! Wait, she's kind of cunty though. No, wait, who's that diva? So that comes out in 2026. Hang on. Dude, I have to know who that fucking diva is. Wait, no, hang on. This looks really fun. Is this a franchise? Have there been other Onimusha games before? Is this like the first one? How does this work? Yeah, straight up, hear me out. Not even my weirdest would. Yeah, she started talking and doing weird undulations and then like bent her back to look at me in like an exorcist pose, and I went, oh no. This is the first game in years and years. It's an old ass game. Capcom's attempt to make a medieval Japan Resident Evil. It's been dead forever. This is the first game in like 20 years. Finally got something new because Capcom's focusing on their older games. Came out on PS1. First game since PS2. Going by the mashies. That kid that heard for Oogie, but stop. I liked this. This looks fun. And this comes out at some point next year. Okay. I would be interested. I would like to, and it's got the Steam icon. It's gonna come to PC. This one's not a PS5 exclusive. Thought you would be interested. It's got the elements. It's got the interesting combat. Looks like frightening and ornate monster design. Weirdly fuckable inhuman creature that taunts us and really enjoys being a piece of shit. Like, go off. She's serving. It's compelling. There's oh, really? There's a hot guy in this game? Okay. So, crazy diva, sexy guy. Okay. All right. I'll be paying attention to this. Yeah. I will, I'll be watching Onimusha. That was fun. See, I told you this would go really quick. I'm actually glad that we watched that one because I had never heard of it and I was like, I don't really think this is for me. And then this is the last thing that we'll watch before Silksong. And this looks like, oh, sorry, I was just jump scared by a woman. She showed up when I didn't expect her to. Okay. This is DLC for Indiana Jones, which is a game that was released a year ago. I am a big fan of Indiana Jones as a franchise, actually, but didn't play the game, although it was really well received. So I kind of want to watch this sort of selfishly for my own purposes. I don't know if this is a game I would ever stream, but it is something that I'd kind of like to try at some point. Like, I maintain Raiders of the Lost Ark, like one of the like my personal favorite movie, one of the best movies ever made. Harrison Ford, hot. The actress who plays Marion, hot. Nazis die in gruesome ways. It's perfect. It's got everything. It's got everything I could possibly want from a movie. So this one I threw in really selfishly just for me. Captions, you the best, Alex. Thank you. This game was fun. Want to check it out again. My favorite, Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is my least favorite of the original trilogy, but I think it was on Game Pass at one point, so there's cheap options out there. I miss campy male villain. You could. This game has Nazi punching? Say less. Wait, I didn't know it won Game of the Year. I also didn't realize we were actually just Indiana Jones. We're sexy. Hey, it's Todd!
Of the nameless crusader.
Fierce warrior. Fought in the siege of Antioch, 1097 AD. Very tall, like a giant.
We sound like him too. This can't possibly be Harrison Ford.
This crusader in his possession, his helmet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I see the helmet, I'll leave it exactly as I found it. Sound good?
Troy Baker. Yeah, this impression is stellar.
Oops.
Ah! They've got traps! There's big elaborate traps in this game!
The root skull, way back. Worshipped by the Mithras cult.
I can't believe you dare to investigate this.
Impressive.
Big snake.
For a snake.
Oh, is it puzzle
Semper
focus?
Vivus. Always living. Not dead. He's not in a tomb.
First person always fucks with me. But this looks crazy polished. The Order of Giants. September 4th. For a second, I was like, wait a minute, that already happened. No, not yet. It's still August. Yeah, Mira, that's a similar issue that I have. The only other first-person game I ever played, I played a little bit of RE8, of Village, and I don't know whether it was the perspective or the camera angle itself, but it made me feel really unwell. Like I straight up had to drop the game. We couldn't finish it. We could barely play past the first area. So, but this looks great, actually. I remember hearing that the game was phenomenal upon release, but again, I'm always like, oh, okay, all right. I'm very skeptical of hype. Troy Baker is killing it. Game looks fantastic. If there's a demo for this one, I'd love to play that too, actually. Honestly, I want to check it out, so I'll save that. Please do, yeah. Well, and it's thankful. Most games are now released with accessibility settings by default for motion sickness, which is really helpful for someone like me who experiences that at a really exaggerated level. So it would not surprise me if there was a setting baked in to help try and mitigate it, but I'm not familiar with it offhand, so. Oh! Is there more video? Ooh! Oh! It's not Indiana Jones without spike traps. Oh! If we take this and put a bag of sand down, I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh, it's also gonna be on the Switch! Bet, okay. That's sick, actually. I have a Switch. I played exactly 2 games on the Switch, and then it's been... No, I think I also played Celeste on the Switch, actually. But it's been collecting dust in a drawer ever since. This could be fun. Yeah. I don't know if this is the type of game that I would stream, or if there'd be interest in me streaming it, but selfishly, I'm very interested in it just for me, because I love Indiana Jones, and I love to kill Nazis. I think that's the best. I think that'd be great. No, it was the more that I listened to it, the more I could tell it was not actually Harrison Ford, but that very first line, like that inflection could have been straight out of like the fucking info dump session he has at the university with Marcus Brody and the army officers telling him, asking him about why an American archaeologist has been featured so prominently in a Nazi cable. Yeah, like that like his delivery was very impressive. Voice actors deserve to be paid so much more. Harrison Ford himself said that Troy Baker did a great job. Also, Joel in Last of Us, which I have not played but has been on the list forever. Going from Indie to Death Stranding 2 and Date Everything is a wild ride if you like Troy Baker. I still need to play Death Stranding. Again, too many games this year. Games need to stop coming out for like 13 months. Like, you just need to... No more games. No more games. There's enough games. There's too many games, in fact. I need to catch up on so many of them. Harrison got on stage and said he wouldn't have let him do it if he knew he was going to be so good. I love that, though. That's super cute. Especially since Harrison Ford doesn't bother to pretend. If he doesn't like something, he's very open about that. So the fact that he praised the game and the people involved in it, like, you know that shit's genuine. Yeah, straight up. It's like he hates most of the shit he's involved with nowadays. So who was DS2 Death Stranding 2. Sinner, I was going to be like, who was Troy Baker in Dark Souls 2? A Majula NPC? Who? Tell me. He's so grumpy. He deserves it. Let him be grumpy. They called it the year of the backlog. We're seek Troy. We're never escaping from it. I'm never gonna end up playing all these games. All right, it's Silksong time. Yeah, I'm getting hungry, so it's gonna have to be Silksong time. He's Kanji in Persona 4. Another game I haven't played. I haven't played P5. I haven't played the P3 remake. I'm a fake fucking Persona fan. I haven't played Metaphor. Atlas, I'm so sorry. One of his best roles. Really? I'm playing Ragnarok. There's just an animal in Ragnarok credited as the bitter squirrel, and that's who Troy Baker voices. Bear Witch, why apprehensive? Everyone, based on what I've heard of Persona 5, it's like one of the best, it's like the best Persona game ever made. Like one of the best JRPGs of the last like 20, 30 years. Like phenomenal run. Metaphor is fantastic. I have not played it because of the time commitment, but that's another game where it's like I've heard only good things. Okay. All right. This trailer is only 2 minutes long. I need more than that. Okay. Yeah. Shaw! Sorry. Just seeing the thread had me feeling a certain way. Okay. I'm good. I'm going to be normal. I'm going to put on chapstick. Hang on. I know it's black. I haven't transitioned yet. I'm getting there. I wouldn't forget. Okay. This is what we've all been waiting for. It's Silksong time. If this is a Rickroll, if this is a fake out, I'm turning stream off and I'm coming to Team Cherry's place of employment. Oh, I've heard Stray Gods. I've heard good things about that one, actually. Okay, no, hang on. Troy Baker! Enough about Troy Baker! It's Silksong time. Silksong time. I can't believe it's actually real. She's beautiful! Oh! Oh, she's my everything! Music's amazing. Of course it is. Of course it is. That's a big map. Ooh. She's beauty and she's grace. We're like a dancer. I've waited so long for this! I swear that was like the same VA as White Defender. Oh! Oh! No, don't kiss me! Who is that? Isn't that the same distortion effect that we get from the Abyss in Deep Nest? If this game does something to restore the night from the first, I will bawl. I will bawl. I will weep and sob like a child. Like, I will be tearing at my hair and clutching at my face. I teared up. I teared up in that trailer. It looks amazing. She looks so good. That's my girl. That's my girl. Like, it feels like, and this is all just like mindless speculation. This could all just be complete copium. But the way that it talks about like restoring a kingdom's hope, this feels like it could be a restorative answer to the cliffhanger of the first game. And I feel like in Souls-like specifically, this is not a genre that usually propagates the restoration of hope. It's just accepting that things are fucked and doing your best with that. The idea that Team Cherry might be like, nah, and actually give us the opportunity, not even necessarily to fix something, but to try to make like a meaningful change for the better. Ugh! Can't wait to... Why do you get to play it tomorrow? It doesn't come out for you tomorrow. This European is lying to me. Isn't Gamescom over? Gamescom is still going? I thought it already happened for Gemini. I thought it was finished. I thought it was over the weekend, actually. Can I find you the article? Yes, I would love to read actually about any article related to Silksong's development. That would be absolutely fascinating for me. And all right, okay, you know what? All the Germans, get out. I've had enough. Oh my God. It's everything I could have wanted. It looks amazing. Look at her. She's adorable. She's so cute. Game sounded incredible. You did, Aimless. We did that earlier in the stream, but we're gonna be processing these reactions for YouTube, so you'll see it like posted on YouTube pretty soon, pretty shortly. Oh, she's everything. Is it just me, or does she look a little taller? I feel like she looks a little taller. Like maybe she's grown up a little bit. Maybe she's a little bit older. The needle. Ooh. So long. I've waited so long. Look at this. Look at all of this. Like, these enemies look incredible. What do you think this symbol is? I bet that's important. I bet that's... I love her. Oh. So, new face on the health bar. Here's the needle, which I'm assuming we can upgrade periodically. But these are new. These must be skills and abilities that we can unlock along the way. The game looks just as breathtaking. I can't wait to hear the soundtrack. I hope... Wait. Is it being released with the soundtrack? Can I buy the soundtrack right away? Tell me there's a bundle. Tell me there's a bundle. The floating animation with her dress puffs out. God. If it only has a... literally. Like, this looks so smooth. Look at this visual language. Like, all of there's so much more detail, even just in the background, I feel like, of what we're seeing in the trailer, than I remember there being in Hollow Knight, which is not a criticism of Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight was a masterpiece. I think it just goes to show how much passion translated into crafting the best experience they possibly could to match the vision that they wanted to give their players. Like, I am a little sad I didn't get to hear a single Shaw, but that's okay. I'll hear it soon. I'll hear it in 2 weeks. Say, my wife and I are going through all of your VODs. When you replied to my comment, she was jealous and I didn't talk to us. But I'm not a celebrity. I'm a loser that screams about games online. Like, I do try to reply to most of the comments I get. When I get quite busy, sometimes that means there's like a really long delay. And I always wonder if people are like, what the fuck? Why is this streamer responding to this comment I put up like 3 weeks ago? Fucking weirdo. It's like, I just try, that's all. And Metal Gear and Silksong and fucking I still have to finish Expedition 33 and there's too many games coming out. Games need to stop coming out immediately. So how many, and we're gonna get DLC for this because we got DLC for Hollow Knight. So we've got 40 bosses in main game alone. How many did Hollow Knight have? God, look at her. Look at her. That's my daughter. She's everything to me. 47 in total after everything. Is that like Grim Troop and the whole shebang? Wow, this game's big. God damn. And so she does her little backflips. I'm gonna cry. She's precious. Like, this looks so good. I'm just scrolling through here, absolutely mesmerized. Interesting statues. Wonder what that is. This looks like something to me from Hollow Knight, but I don't remember what. Yeah, I can't wait for this. As soon as Silksong drops, it's all Silksong all the time. I hope we get to talk to all of these little lads. Look at this one in his hat! I hope we get to make so many friends. And it looks like maybe we have the ability to like fast travel. Yeah, slap it. Hang on. Slap this dude, Hornet. Looks like that's it. That's exactly it, Triska. I need a collector's edition, but I think it's going to be oh, Manta almost certainly. And scalpers are going to sell it for so much fucking money. I need like a little desktop statuette of Hornet. I need something. She needs to be on the shelf. Or I need to put her where like the big anime figurines are. 168 enemies in the Hunter's Log, and Silksong releases with 200. Yeah, so this game is fucking stacked. This looks familiar also, actually. This looks like one of the appendages of the monster that makes like mouth sounds and like spits tiny versions of itself at you, maybe. Been a while since I've played Hollow Knight. I do not have a P.O. box. Every now and then people ask me if I would ever think about getting one. But I think I would be scared. Yeah. I think I'd be scared to have one. I feel like I'd open it up one day and there'd just be something like horrible inside because there are freaks on the internet. I need to know what this person, like this person to me gives the same vibe, like it gives like rival vibe. Like is maybe playing the like the role that Hornet played to the Knight in Hollow Knight. Maybe this lad is now that role to us. Now that we're the protagonist. God, she's so cute. It's real. I can't believe it. It's happening. Update my throne. That I can do. That I need to do, actually. Look at her. Oh. This is interesting. Hang on. Is this... Hey, this, it's all come together. This ancient notebook, I think, might have our notes from Hollow Knight inside it. That mask is Hera the Beast, isn't it? Hang on. Did I write that down somewhere? Hold on. These is Sekiro notes. This is DS3 notes. When did I fucking play Hollow Knight? Smoldering Lake. Ugh, Aldrich. No, this starts with DS3. Fuck, when did I play Hollow Knight? God damn. Maybe it's not in here. Maybe it's in the old notebook. I'll go look. Triska, it's the only way I can keep track of this shit. Did I write over them? Maybe. Do I want to see the MGS3 remake? Yes. Yeah, give it to me. We might as well. It's 4 o'clock. We're absolutely not getting any gaming in today, which means I have 4 streams to beat Hollow Knight in. Assuming I play Saturday, or not Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 4 streams. I could totally beat Hollow Knight in 4 streams, you guys. Outlook unlikely. Okay, so here's Sekiro notes. So it must have been DS3 into Sekiro and then Hollow Knight? I found them. I found them. I wrote over them. No. That's what I've been writing over this whole time! My smile and optimism gone. Because I needed a new notebook and I didn't have any space, so I was just writing over. I bet I could find them. I bet I bet I could rewrite them over again. I bet. Yeah, I need a new notebook, y'all. Oh my god, Snake looks amazing! Hold on. Look at him. What the hell? Oh, you're not gonna show me the thumbnail now? You're just gonna, yeah, you decided we don't need to see how good Snake looks in the thumbnail? Whatever. Yeah, here's Metal Gear Solid. Because, I love Metal Gear Solid, and I have been waiting for this to come out so I can stream this. But unfortunately, it's dropping Silksong, so... Yeah, if only he was Naked Snake. In my mind, he's always Naked Snake.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose.
These are the same voice actors.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. She'd double-cross us like this.
Oh, he's so much uglier than... Wow, Cobra Unit.
To do this, we need strength. An unstoppable trump card with enough power to bring order to the world.
Do you love her?
No, nothing like that.
Do you hate her?
For 10 years, we lived and died together. You couldn't possibly understand.
And you think you can kill her now?
Girl, stop touching me!
Don't you go getting any funny ideas.
We can't leave yet. I've still got one last job to do.
She's at the lake. She's waiting for you there.
We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy.
What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty
Oh my
to
god,
me?
the fear looks so good!
Your
Jesus!
Or your old mentor. The mission or your beliefs.
No!
Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings. You don't know
Nice.
the truth yet. But sooner or later,
I forgot about the torture sequence!
I don't expect you to forgive me.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty.
Oh, it hurts so bad. Everything hurts. All I know is
waiting,
pain.
Snake. waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Wait, that's in a week! Insane trailer. Cannot believe how good literally everyone looks. And I'm not even talking about Ava. The Cobra Unit looks phenomenal. The boss looks and sounds incredible. I swore that was, like, I swear there was a clip of the Sorrow in there that I don't remember being in the original game. And I'm not normal about the Cobra Unit. That's kind of like the impression that I'm trying to convey here. Everyone looks incredible. This game is gonna make me cry like a child. They got Cynthia Harrell to do a new recording of the opening. She's still good. Like the song. Is there a lore reason for the print? Yeah, she unzips it when you. It's actually, yes, there is actually a lore reason, which is actually one of my funniest bits. She gives birth on the battlefield, and if I'm remembering correctly, the scar is the result of a really fucked up C-section. And like, can you imagine being that battlefield medic where you're just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure how this is supposed to go. I start up here, right? Oh God, oh fuck, and then you just like really commit to it. Yeah. I think MGS3 is one of the best games ever made. I don't know what to do about how many good games are just out right now. I don't know how to schedule. I don't know how to partition. I simply do not know how to behave. Yeah, like, you're like, oh God, it's the boss, the legendary soldier. I can do this. And then you just fuck it up immediately beyond recovery. Yeah, that medic was not having a good day. Luckily they'll stick. I know. Something that I really need to do, I want to play them all in chronological order, actually. Which means I need to start with 3 and then do fucking like 1, 2, 5, 4 or something really fucked up like that. But to the best of my knowledge, I can't even play Rising Revengeance because it's not available, or like there's a game I need to play that's like not on Steam and not easy to get, and I have to play that before something else. One day I will just do a Metal Gear Solid marathon and we'll just bang out all of them. But it's 4. 4 is locked to the PS3. Huge bummer. Why? Sony, I'm sick of you. Bitch. I'm sick of you locking shit to your tech and never releasing it anywhere. Bloodborne. Metal Gear 4. I'm sick of this. We need volume 2 of the remaster. Oh, I thought Delta was volume 2 of the remaster. Stories made out of chronological order are written to be in conversation with the later stories. You're a release order girly. There's definitely nothing wrong with playing them in release order. I love Metal Gear Solid so much. I want to experience it both ways, always, every way. God, this one's gonna hurt. Yeah. Father Nintendo has Sony beat Father Nintendo is a crazy turn of phrase, by the way. 3 Peace Walker. 512 4 Revengeance. God. One day. Anyway, this looks so much better than I could have ever wanted it. Sounds amazing. I'm sure it's gonna handle great. I'm hoping there are a couple of extra new Easter eggs. Right? Selfishly, I kind of want to see them get a little silly with it. But this game's gonna be incredible. Nailing the voice. Like we all knew Hater was gonna be Snake, but like nailing the boss. That's huge. I would be really interested to see how much of the original cast makes a resurgence. Like, is it the same Volgan? are we like, what about the Cobra? Like, do we still get some of their original actors? Because I think that'd be so sick. Like, Payne in particular has such memorable delivery and body language. I would love to see his original VA return for that. Pretty sure it's 1-to-1. They are the exact same voice recordings from the OG. Oh, so they didn't re-record for this game? It's the same lines? Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. They did get the OG cast back to record new dialogue for tutorial stuff, but otherwise it's the exact same. Oh, that's right, because she had a pseudonym or something, right? Man. There's a multiplayer. And Ape Escape Mode is back! It was just, that's nuts. Wow. They didn't want a Disney princess to be associated with the game. That's insane. Fuck. Guy Savage is... I don't remember Guy Savage. Oh, am I a fake Metal Gear fan? I don't remember that. What was that? It's a mini game. And it's called Guy Savage. Developed by Platinum. The Nightmare in Prison? What the fuck are you talking about? And they're bringing back other game modes. Do you think if we start the game... Do you think if we input our name as Raiden, we start with the mask? That'd be fun. Dang. Man, okay. Huge winner. Maybe I do actually need to become, hey, I'm Chromius and I stream 7 days a week. I stream every day for 10 hours so I can play all the cool games there are. I would die. I don't know how people stream like 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week. Sometimes I barely hold it together with 3, but it's the Nightmare Snake has while in prison. I hardly remember that at all. Well, we'll definitely be playing this one. Probably not on launch. Maybe not streamed, but I have to play. I have to play the new Snake Eater. This was like the first real game I ever played, Snake Eater, and I have such strongly positive opinions about Kojima as an artist and the legacy of Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid. It's the themes and narratives of this world. I have to play it. I will be showing up. I will be there. The Bayonetta people. Oh, I still need to play Bayonetta. Too many games. Too many games. Just IV. I don't need to eat. Just hook me up to an IV. I'll get my calorie mate. It'll be great. We'll just stream nonstop until all the games I want to play are done. Yeah, when I log in and I've got the bandana, don't think about it. Don't analyze it. It's fine. They're adding a legacy mode to be closer to the original, adding multiplayer, bringing back mini games. Some real love, but shocking from Konami. You know, Konami does like to make money. They may not really like Kojima, but they love to make money. So, fuck. God. Okay. Well, it is 4 o'clock. I did not actually think this would be just a game development stream. I actually can't believe we had as many people hanging out for today as we did, which was really mind-blowing to me, actually. Cause in my head it's like I'm only fun when there's gameplay. So to be able to like chill like this and still have like a lot of friends to talk about games with was really fucking cool. And I think I might try to do more events like this in the future, but like day of. Like I think I would be interested maybe in like, okay, well, Gamescom next year. I really want to be there actually, but if I'm not there, it's like, let's see what they're up to. Let's stream the stuff. Let's react in real time. I think that could be really fun. So, Game Awards. I might try to go to the Game. I don't know how that works. But allegedly they're gonna be in Los Angeles. I'm like, can I go to, like, y'all sell tickets for that? Is it invite only? What's the situation? I would like to know. I would like to learn. But this will be where we call it for today. I am sorry that we didn't get any gameplay in, but I had a lot of fun, and I hope y'all did as well. We will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. noon to finish the monolith, after which I am assuming massive story things will take place in Expedition 33. And that will probably be the last Expedition 33 stream for like 2 weeks. Because after that, we're going to end up in Silksong territory. Sunday, maybe Monhun, since we didn't get to it today. I would really like to try and blitz Hollow Knight, but it may not be feasible. And if it's not feasible, maybe I just watch a lore video. Oh, I hate watching lore videos, though. I want to experience the lore my way. We'll see. We'll think about it. I will hopefully have this edited and on YouTube in the next couple of days. And I'll see you on Discord. And also tomorrow for more game. Okay. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you very soon. Okay. Bye.